4 in the morning, I'm thinking about money. I need it, I want it, I can't even sleep. Could be gone any moment, know the cops looking for me. I'm not stopping or slowing, cause I gotta eat.
Good job, Smo. Good job to the
Appreciate you.
panel.
Appreciate
I
you,
thought it
Ta.
was a well balanced panel. I enjoyed y'all conversation. Sometimes I wanted to, grab y'all by the throat and shit. You feel me? But I ain't really got too much to say. It was close between me, Swamp, Ab, and Rock. I thought whichever one of them won would be good because they all deserved it to me. Um, and then shout outs to y'all for all the women on the on the list and taking y'all time and having those conversations. That meant a lot to me. I'm sure it meant a lot to the ladies and female battle rap. So that's really all I wanted to say. I don't got a negative to say. J Smo, yeah, what Antonio just said, yeah, that was honorable. I was like, when you did that, I was like, wait a minute. We could just go off of how the fuck we feel this whole time? Why the fuck was I stressed out for 3 fucking years? And so it was dope that you tested to use the criteria that J Blac put in place for a champion. That was the honorable thing to do. I know it's gonna be people mad about that or feel like it's some type of conspiracy theory behind that, but you are supposed to use the criteria so that it is not a personal choice. So you could try to be as least biased as possible. So salute to you for that. Salute to the panel, champion J Blac. I thought y'all did a good job.
We will bring everybody up. A lot of people to talk to, a lot of requests, but we got to salute Geechi in the building, 3-time champion of the year, and now 1-time champion of the year panelist. What up, Geechi?
Yeah, we in the building. We in the
What up,
building. Fuck the
love?
haters.
What
I'm
up?
about to say, Geechi, hey, Geechi, they was
Fuck
on
the
your
haters. Hey, let me
ass,
get that
bruh.
teriyaki chicken.
Geechi, they
That
was on
teriyaki
your
chicken.
ass, bro. I was like, damn, the
Yeah.
nigga can't even give good reasons. They was like,
Nah. Hey,
fucking
look. Hey,
He
look.
gave
EA.
Hey,
great
look. Hey, look. No,
reasons.
that's what. Hey, look. That right there. Yeah, I want that. Look, that's what I'm there for, though. I'm here to take on the beef and the wars. I can't wait to hear a motherfucker complaining because, nigga, them votes, nigga, 70 people voting. You can't complain. You can't say
Nah,
shit.
Geechi, I said, before
Absolutely.
somebody complain, you got to
Let
post
me
that screenshot. You got to post
let me
that
get.
No,
screenshot.
dead
Nah, I
ass.
want
Anybody
that.
want to talk to me
Not
about
that
their
one.
Before
opinion? I
you,
need to see the donation. Oh
you
God.
got to post
The
that
the
screenshot.
the the, the beef, yeah.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We talking 70 people voting. Out of all these people, it's more people in the space right now than people that voted. Motherfuckers don't, you know what I'm saying? You can't say nothing. There's people complaining about their placements on where they was at. And then when you got the people that voted, it was already the votes for who the top 6 was. Like, your fans ain't even vote you in the top 6 for some of these people I'm seeing complaining about where their placement was and niggas wasn't sharing the donations because you already know you. So a lot of these battlers, homie, when they feel like they not gonna be number 1 or 2 and they ain't got a chance, they really don't give a fuck about it. They just care about where they get voted when it's time to, but they not sharing it to get no donations, not share, because they don't want to put no money in no other nigga pockets. They don't want to see nobody else get a belt. Just gotta keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't give a fuck, but then when this time around come around, then you realize, oh damn, I'm number 10, I'm number 8. I should be number 4. Da, 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 da. You wasn't voting, you wasn't pushing your line, you wasn't getting your fans behind you, you wasn't making that shit go. Yeah, you might have made a little talk here and there and said some shit, but you wasn't really doing nothing. Nigga really took it light on him on the panel because it really wasn't that deep. Because, you know what I'm saying? But nigga could have really been on there talking all this shit up there. But you know what I'm saying? But it's come on, like these niggas and these peoples is making it worse than what it is, bro. Nobody voted, nobody said nothing. So really, salute to Tay Rock because he deserved it. Salute to Av because he also deserved it. But at the end of the day, didn't nobody vote for none of them niggas, bro. 35 votes and all that for niggas, man. So really, at the end of the day, don't nobody really give a fuck who won because only 35 people paid for who they wanted to see win. So it's like, don't try to get in here now acting like motherfuckers care. Like niggas didn't care all year. Niggas didn't care. Nigga, that shit got up to the amount of money they did afterwards on however he got that there. At first, it wasn't even that much money. You can, I'm watching niggas not post the GoFundMe. I'm watching
Talk,
niggas
Geechi,
not talk
talk.
about it. Like, so come on, man. Like niggas will never get in this motherfucker and try to make it seem like y'all care now. That go for, you know what I'm saying? No, niggas didn't give a fuck. They didn't care. Now today it's a hot topic. Yeah, and just like I said, if a motherfucker was up there talking about snitches, talking about these
Go.
pedophiles and all that, motherfuckers would be putting their money into it because that's the shit they be interested in. They be interested in the shit
Go
that don't
the
matter in
fuck
the culture. The
off.
suckers. They care about all that sucker shit. Niggas will break their neck and fight for motherfuckers that's doing weak ass shit in real life. And then you got motherfuckers who going battle for battle, back to back to back, trying to win. You ain't voting for them, but then you mad because we didn't put them in the number you wanted them to be in. You know
Oh
what I'm
my
saying?
God,
I
talk
said,
to these
yeah,
niggas,
Real
bro.
shit
yeah.
though.
Talk
I
to
don't
these
get no
niggas.
fuck. That's so any
It's a
battler, I'm
whole fact.
challenging any of them from who, man, woman, female that was in it. I'm gonna be in this motherfucker. They can pull up at any time and make their case, and I'm gonna tell them the same thing. I don't give a fuck. Your fans ain't vote, you didn't vote, so what?
Real
That's
shit.
it. Don't get mad at Jay
Your
Black. Don't
fans
get mad
ain't
at Jay
voting. You
Smoke.
didn't vote.
Don't get mad at nobody and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to fight about it? We got battles. We gonna be there. Y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all don't touch the people that do bullshit. Y'all don't touch
Mm.
these people in suits. Y'all gonna touch niggas in suits, but niggas telling y'all don't touch them. Niggas pedophiles, y'all don't touch them. Niggas do uncomfortable shit to the bitches in the culture. Y'all don't touch them. So don't say nothing to these niggas because they wearing suits and y'all think y'all can get crazy on them. I said it all. Y'all
And
lost.
y'all can't get
Rock
crazy
one,
on
salute
them.
to Tay
Not
Rock,
Jay
salute to Ass,
Small.
salute to Swamp, salute to Chef Trez, Nitty. Everybody that was in the top 20, salute to them. But if you mad about placement, you mad about not winning, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to say it. Come in this motherfucker and argue with me all night. I'm gonna be right here.
I get you. You know that quote, teach your mans how to squabble, teach your fans how to squabble.
Yeah.
Teach your fans how to
Nah, because I
vote.
be seeing that niggas
Cause
pick and
these
choose, and
niggas don't be
niggas be
voting.
talking about picking and choosing in this culture, but niggas be picking and choosing on who they want to go hard on. Niggas be trying to go hard on the people that they think be nerds or think be suckers, and that's the niggas who they choose to have all that gangster energy for. You know what I'm saying? I just that's what I don't like. You know what I'm saying? Niggas got that gangster energy for niggas who ain't doing that. Niggas doing their job. These niggas is analysts. They analyzing, they taking their time to go through all you niggas battles. It's niggas who wouldn't even knew all you niggas battles if it wasn't for these niggas up there putting their time and effort to break this shit down. Man, it's thousands of battlers to come down with 20 names. That shit is tough. It's difficult. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to look at the disappointment in a nigga like Black who been doing this year after year, and people complain every year when it's over. Don't vote. Don't put no dough up. Don't do nothing. Don't got nothing to do, but they always mad at the end of the day. Nigga always mad. Everybody mad. But it's like ain't nobody doing nothing to try to make it better. Ain't nobody doing nothing to add to it. But niggas mad. Niggas want to just talk. Like, come on, man. Knock it the fuck off, man. The nigga who won it deserved to win it. Nigga Tay Rock deserved to win it. Av deserved to win it. Either one of them could have won it. Both of them both had a great year, so I don't want this to stain them niggas or stain Rock. He earned that belt, you know what I'm saying? But this just a motherfucking reminder to the culture, like, man, you really can't say nothing about nothing, man, because it's a clear. It was 100. It wasn't even 100 total votes. It was like 80 something. You know what I'm saying? And y'all mad. I see a
70.
motherfucker yelling. Y'all mad and yelling, talking about oh man, niggas push Twork up further. Nigga, shit, nigga, it was 4 motherfuckers who thought he was the champ. You feel me? Get Cup 40 more votes, nigga. He the champ. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? So come on, man.
No,
Knock it the fuck off, man.
that's a
Like,
fact,
nigga, I ain't trying to
Geechi.
hear that shit,
I
man.
want to say two things real quick. First of all, Geechi, appreciate you even coming to the panel because for years and years, biggest thing has been battlers being up there, and I can say 100%. Having you guys up there makes us better. You know what I'm saying? Having you, Chilla Jones, even EK stepping in for the number 1 and 2 vote. You know, even though we do the analyzing media, I watch every battle back 2 or 3 times. One thing I can say is I'm always open to learning and changing perspective. Obviously, that came into a part with my last vote, right? But in general, never too big to listen to the battlers and your experience and your perspective up there. That, you know what I'm saying, that's very appreciated, and I feel like adds validity to the panel. So I want to thank you before anything. And then secondly, because I know that we got a lot of people that got a lot of opinions, but one person I want to start with who had their hand up, Nikki, you know what I'm saying, someone that took me under the wing early when I was first popping around at events, and someone I got a lot of respect for in this culture. If we're going to start with anyone, I'd like to start with her. So I love your perspective on that.
Hell yeah, Nikki.
What's up, y'all? I actually
Hey,
think y'all
Nikki.
did. Hey, y'all. I thought y'all did an amazing job. I thought y'all were very fair. Y'all was very thorough. Y'all struggled where y'all needed to struggle with who should be, and y'all didn't just struggle with the regular people. You know, the idea that y'all had the 4 ladies there, the idea is that, you had some artists in there that you over somebody like a legend like T Rex. Y'all like, no, there are ways that he didn't show up for certain things. I love the way that you guys went through the list. And I think that y'all got it right with Tay Rock, and I agree 100% with Gotti that no one can have anything to say. One of the issues that we had with all hip hop when we would do our list is that so few people, like it was a lot of people at first, and then it just started to trickle down. So you can't have an argument if you do not participate. And so shout out to Jay Black for consistently staying in it. Shout out for this year, including battle rappers as a part of the voting I think it made a difference. I thought that Chilla Jones and Gotti brought some perspectives that nobody would ever consider, like who had the most impact on the card, like not the performance, but just the selling of the card. Putting Rock on your flyer mattered. And I think bringing that point up was really important. So shout out to you. And I love that Jay, you was up there doing your thing. So really proud of you. So God bless.
No, I appreciate that, Nikki. You know it's always love and something I want to talk about early, even though I know we're going to talk about it a few times. I'm sure everybody's got questions about it. Is the final pick, right? Because first of all, we got to congratulate Tay Rock for what he's done above all. And with that being said, you know, it was tough for me because I feel like Av had an absolutely incredible year, and that's nothing to take away from an incredible year from Av, who was undefeated. And I believe that in my heart of hearts, it wasn't debatable. And I think winning is so key in battle rap. Like I said on the panel, that means something to me. We're losing that, and I still believe that we're losing that feeling in terms of how much people care about it, how hard it is to clearly beat other top tier MCs. That shit is not easy, and there's a reason that we talked about it as long as we did. But with that being said, you know, my opinion is never going to override what I think is right. There's plenty of times that I can be wrong. I rush towards being wrong sometimes because that's what makes me better here in the little part that I play in the culture, you know, as media analyst, whatever you want to phrase it as. And it was one of those things that the more that we talked about it, and as great as Av's year was, you know, this sport damn near revolved around Tay Rock in 2024. You know what I'm saying? So I know there was a lot of people, you know, y'all had the guns up. I completely understand because the way I even stated it sounded a little bit crazy at first. How could I go by the criteria for spots 2 through 20? And when it comes to the number one spot on the list, I don't give it that same respect and attention to detail. And that's why, you know, players fuck up too. And getting to think on it for a little bit and really look at it, what was already a close race, that's what leads me to decide that Tay Rock was the champion of the year in 2024. And it's crazy to think that when it all came down to it, with the tied fan vote, with the amount of people we had up there and how the vote split out, that ended up being the vote that flipped in Tay Rock's direction. We would have been 50-50. We wouldn't have known what to do. And I could say, even though obviously I started out with that vote and I like standing on my vote, we're in a culture where we want to, you know, we say our thing and we don't want to be talked off our square, like look like we were convinced by any means. But at the end of the day, the right answer is the right answer. That's not always my answer. And that's why I'm happy with the decision that I made. And I just want to further congratulate Tay Rock for winning in 2024 because I do believe that that was the right pick. And I feel even 200% confident day after, 2 days after, now here 3 or 4 days after, and just want to give that man his flowers. So with that being said,
Right
I
on.
guess we'll get on with the questions,
Yeah,
man.
let's get on with the grievances. Let's get it. What up?
We can go. We can go. I think DJ was up here first. I'll let DJ speak his piece first.
Yeah, I'll let you pick Smo because you're a panelist. So, what up, DJ?
Yeah, I know we got a lot to go through, man.
What's up, DJ?
What's up? I kind of everybody kind of said pretty much every what I wanted to say. Outside of just me saluting Rock, you know, it's a little gloating because he from Maryland, and just get it out the way now because I know how y'all are when I do it. I just want to salute Rock and pretty much that, but I do agree with having battlers on the panel with different perspective because that does matter because of the fact that they have a different perspective of being on the card and placement on the card, like them rapping later in the night and having to fight with the crowd because everybody is down drunk, high, or whatever by the time they go on as a main event and still putting on. And Chilla is like talking to Chilla about battle rap is like one of the best things for him to. So like him being on a panel just made it, in my opinion. So I don't have any grievances. I just wanted to state that, to be honest. I don't really have no grievances, to be honest. To be totally for real. I enjoyed the panel. So.
Let's go.
No, I appreciate that, man. And we hope to always make it a good production for people. As much as, you know, we're yapping up there. We're talking 4 to 5 hours about battle rap. And I know the more years we get into the game, people don't even want to talk about battle rap as much anymore. I don't give a fuck how much y'all talk about bullshit. Y'all talk about, as Geechi said it, whatever scandal is new, whatever space conversation's the biggest. I love raps before anything. I've been loving this game since I was a teenager, man. And nobody can take my love for the game away. So it means a lot to go up there and even be a part of something like that where I get to just talk raps through and through for hours on end, to know that y'all receive that product well and hopefully you make it, you know, a bit more timely, a bit more watchable, and hopefully a bit more clear. You know, that means everything, man. So I'm glad you enjoyed.
Word up. Appreciate you, DJ. We do got a ton of speakers. We got a ton of requests. We're gonna keep it moving, y'all. Smoke.
I
Who?
know we want to keep it moving, friends. I just gotta say this shit right
Go ahead, Ty.
because y'all got Jay Black fucked up. And y'all some fucking liars. Y'all fake as fuck. Oh, we don't want
Mhm.
champion to go away. What are we gonna do if Cody goes away? It means so fucking much. We got less than 100 votes. That's ass, pussy.
I'm gonna say my 2 cents and then I'm gonna drop down from speaking. But I know to the Av fans I'm in enemy territories, but material and performances and so on and so forth just being displayed is beautiful to see. So Av's number two, phenomenal as well. This entire list was phenomenal, wonderful to see. Everybody that was in the building, my executive brothers, and then the battle rappers also. It was beautiful to see. So I want to thank Jay Black. I want to thank Smo. I want to thank Lang. I want to thank Gotti. I want to thank Chilla. I want to thank BK for all of the work that was done for this panel, and just thank y'all for all of the help.
No, I appreciate that, Jeremiah. All right, so next up, because I seen that he had his hand up for a minute. I think we should go with what is that hoodie? Don Flaquito. You know what I'm saying? Speak your piece, man.
Yeah, what's good? First of all, it definitely feel like Tay Rock just finished the storyline. You feel me? So that's definitely good to see as a fan. And the panel was good. You know how y'all stuck to the criteria and everything with the votes. That definitely was good to see. But to what Gotti said and to what I'm not sure what the last lady's name was, why do you guys feel like with all there's 400 people in here, so obviously people do care about Cody. Why do y'all feel like the vote or the push for votes and donations isn't matching with the people who are paying attention? Because like y'all said, these battles got hundreds of thousands of fans, so for it to be less than 100 votes, but it's clearly 400 people and people clearly care. Why do y'all feel like that's not translating to that? Do y'all feel like there's a disconnect? And last year was a very competitive year for Cody, so it don't really make sense. Why do y'all feel like that is, as the people that are on the panel or media? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm sure there'll be different answers depending on who you ask, but for me, it's the lack of focus on raps. I know when Black opened this in 2017, 2018, it was a surge of adrenaline to the competitiveness of the game. You know what I'm saying? Where people were focusing on the battles more than anything. But nowadays, it's all about how you get clicks, right? And what you see across the board is a lot of people are getting clicks on other shit. They know if they hate on shit, that's really a world thing. I ain't gonna go too philosophical with it, but hating on shit gets more love than celebrating the artist itself. So there's probably already a couple lames loading up blogs to go and give their opinion, switch around a narrative, try to paint it however they can for their little fan base and talk their little shit at the end of the day. But the focus isn't on the raps. And this is a thing that's purely for the raps. We're talking MVP awards, ranked top 20. That's what really fucking matters. So the farther we get away from that, of course people care less. You know what I'm saying? But let there be a scandal. It's 10,000 views here. It's Space is getting more views and some shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And it's pitiful. We can't control everybody. At the end of the day, you got to go for what you're going to go for. The best we can do is push the message. But I just think it's people directed in the wrong direction, come up with their own narratives, listen to other media that know that they can get views on hating on this when they're not, when they're not included or they're not invited. It hurts their feelings. So at the end of the day, it's just subtle hate in the shadows and the bushes. But we're here, of course, after Cody, talking Cody. So even with all that being said, and hopefully in 2025 we can raise the bar, we can give it the love and attention something sacred like this deserves. It's our only MVP award. This is all we got. But with that being said, it's just people showing their true colors around this time. That's all it is.
So do you think that could be changed for next year? Because next year will be, or well, this year will be the last year for Cody. So
That's
do you
just if
think that
everybody
could?
show that love, man. That's from the battlers to us. I mean, obviously we can do it, but it's got to be fans talk about the raps. It's got to be battlers promoting their raps and promoting the panel and promoting the competition of it, and not just when they don't think they're going to get number one or get discouraged, saying this is rigged or fuck that or this and that. And he said this about me, or coming up with whatever reason to try to make it not shit. Because at the end of the day, like I said, this is our MVP award. This is what we got to prove number one. Whether you don't make it or not, this is our all-star list. So that's got to come from everyone, man. The problem is that you can't just convince everyone by one by one. Top tiers got to do it. Mid tiers got to do it. Smaller media like me has got to do it, as well as the top level media. Instead of hating because they're not included or they can't make something like it, everybody's got to be involved in putting love into the game, or there's not going to be no love. It's that simple. If y'all don't love the game's not going to get love.
Well, can I jump in real quick? I just want to add, just not to cut your wisdom, but just to add something before Debo says something. There's a depression in the culture. There's a lack of people showing up to events. The energy is not the same compared to maybe 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, even before COVID. The way that people showed up and were excited about battle rap is just completely different now. It's just a total lack of energy in it. Yes, they want to zone in on the negative stuff. Who's messing with who? Who's the snitch? Who's the whatever it is, right? But when it comes down to just the energy at events, I think just to see how people show up. It's just very different than it has been. The way that people talk about battles after they have happened is very different. The energy is low. So you have to look at why are they looking at the culture overall and not getting excited? What is it about? Like you can look at, just the way that people, whether they're responding to the app or responding to YouTube views. You look into the YouTube views, it's taking forever for people to get to 300,000, not it wasn't just only URL, getting those large numbers. It was other leagues that had amazing battles, and some great artists are getting slower to get those large numbers because the fans are not as excited about the culture anymore. That might be because they got so many battles back to back to back during COVID. That could be a part of it, that you know we oversaturated the market. It might be because artists don't want to step in and do the great battles because they're not going to get the big number purses that they used to get. It could be a lot of different reasons, but there's a depression in the culture.
I think that.
You can even look at some of the, like, y'all, what when you look at y'all Instagram and you look at the clicks, y'all getting way less clicks than y'all did before. I watch all y'all numbers. It's just not the same as it was a few
Yeah,
years ago. So
I
that's just my
completely
say.
agree with you, Nikki. But I want to say, as much as I know that there's going to be convo of the votes, and listen, especially we got Black in here. I know he might want to speak on it. Whoever does, especially those more so involved. But I want to talk the raps more than anything because, like I said, I feel like this is the one time we get to talk about it. Even if you're not happy about your year, you're coming up here to say this guy got snubbed. I really want to take this moment, if we can, whatever questions we got. Let's focus on these artists for the better or the worse. Let's talk about
Oh
those
yes, I was just
MVP
answering his
cases.
question.
And with that,
I was just
go with
answering his question because his question was, why do you think people weren't as involved in the voting
no,
level
one
of it?
hundred
The
percent.
voting level comes to the
Well,
culture.
and I
That's what my
completely agree with what you said. I wasn't trying to undermine it either. You know that. But with that being said, we also got somebody that made the list up here. The number 7 on the list, and of course, like I said, we want to speak to the artist. I see New Jersey Twork is up here, man. So talk to us, man. What's going on?
You're
What's the word,
popping.
twerk?
What's going on? What's the word? What's the word?
We just talking a little bit of
What's
raps, man.
the
I saw, hey, another top 10 placement for you, dog. How you feeling?
Said, I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really expecting much. You know what I'm saying? My year was cool, so it was cool to be, be even right there. That was dope. So I ain't got no complaints. Shout out to Rock and shout out to Av.
No, shout out to him, man. Any takes on any spots? Any snubs or anyone you feel like you're happy got there, or you just shit? You taking your 7 and you're just happy, man.
I mean, shit, man, nah. I ain't got nothing. I ain't got shit to say. Shit.
Well, I do,
I
I do
was,
want to ask though. You did win performance of the year and body of the year. Um,
yeah,
it feels a little vindicating, right?
It is for
yeah,
me.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like twerk, like we can cut, like we can cut it now. Like it feels good. Like
Yeah, man. Shit,
Listen,
that's just what it.
go
That's
ahead.
just
Go ahead. I'm
what.
gonna let you
That's just
talk,
what
bro.
it is. It's just what it is, man. This is what
I
it
hear you.
is. Like,
I hear
nigga,
you.
but sure, you know what I'm saying? Nigga just showed y'all what, you know what I'm saying, what it was really supposed to be. That's all.
That's all. All right, all right. I hear that.
Talk your shit.
with that
That's
with that
all.
being said, too, Anwar, you know what I'm saying, as the manager yourself, you got anything to add on that or anything else that?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
yeah. I
war.
got plenty. I got plenty to say. You can go ahead and mute up right now,
Well,
Dave
ain't
Snow. Shout
nobody
out to
gonna
you.
mute us.
Wait,
This is a
Anwar, if you're
conversation. I
gonna
don't
go
know where
off,
you
let
think
me
you
let me
at.
just say real quick. We do got OG Debo in here. We do got Jay Black in here. We want to hear from our heavy hitters in the culture too, and all the people in the
EO as
request. We're gonna
well,
get to
Shams as
y'all.
well,
But after this
CP. It's all
Anwar rant,
family
so
right
go
there.
ahead, Anwar.
Let the manager
Yeah,
speak.
thank you. Thank you. Because again, and I just said this in my space. Shout out to
Quick,
Twerk, man.
real
That's
quick.
my bro.
My fault, game. Real quick, shout out my dog Geechi Gotti, man. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing up there, man, for his
Hey,
first time
hey,
on
man, I
thing.
appreciate it, man. Hey, look, man,
Man.
hey, look, I see, you know what I mean? This just, hey, listen, man, I'm just trying to leave the game in good hands, man. You know what I'm saying? You need niggas up there need niggas up there with unbiasedness, niggas up there that's gonna keep it real, call it down the middle, and you know what I'm saying? It's gonna stand on it, man. And, you know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
think that was the best Woody panel of
You
all the
did your
panels.
thing
Yeah.
up there,
Yeah,
gang.
man.
All
They were
Man.
trying to,
right, Shaq and Kobe.
they were trying to
I
have
see
you
y'all,
at number
Shaq and Kobe. I
19.
see
Nah,
y'all.
man. It's a top 7 nigga right here, man. Top 7 nigga right here, man.
I'm trying to, that's my dog. Go ahead, go ahead,
Go
Edward, my
ahead,
bad.
Edward. Go ahead, Edward.
Yeah,
That's my dog, y'all.
thank y'all, because again, all that is well and good, and I agree, man. This was one of the best panels for what Cody is supposed to be. Shout out to M Lang, J Smo, J Black,
Facts.
Geechi Chilla, and EK behind the camera. Like, I know how hard that shit is to work the camera as well as participate in the panel, pay attention to the discussion, etc. So shout out to all y'all for the job y'all did, and it's thankless. You know what I mean? The good news is the best thing about it for me is shout out to Geechi. You know what I mean? At a point where he was arguing for JC and put JC in whatever spot, all that EFB bias, this, that, and the third. Geechi went up there and said, "Look, yeah, that's his bro, he EFB, but this is champion, and all the bias goes aside when you on them panels, all of it." So shout out to Geechi for standing on that, and even in his debate for Av, he gave Tay Rock all the credit, and he made a structured and good debate for Av. I don't think this was a clear year for either one of them, just like last year wasn't a clear year for Twerk or A Ward. Twerk or Big
That's
K.
right.
Like, but what I appreciated was the fact that there was a discussion. So with that being said, peep my transitions. So that would be where Twerk would go, the llama bang. The transition is, you know, Twerk don't give a shit about the accolades. And I just said that in my previous space. Like, he's humble in that regard. He know what he do, and he don't need nobody, and he don't look for that validation. And while I don't look for it either, because I know what he do as well, for me last year, like, I was crazy about last year. Like, I knew what my bro put in as far as the work. I know the conversations that he and I had behind the scenes just about the work. And every time I'm like, yeah, this the one, like, you gotta be 100% for Cody. This nigga would shut me down and stop me when I'm lying. Y'all know Twerk ain't got no problem telling somebody, no, gang, that wasn't it. Like, he would, bro, I don't give a fuck about that shit, bro. That you care about that. I don't. But I want to give my fans this, that, and the third. That's what he kept saying. And the same thing this year. Niggas, and shout out to the interviewers, the people that want to do interviews. And we started back up. Like, bro, we gonna let the work speak. Last year, my nigga got robbed. That's how I feel. But it is what it is. But the thing for me that I was where my outrage comes from is with the amount of tweets about either Av got robbed or Rock got robbed, but 86 votes. Geechi said it the best. This is some shit that all of us are here for. There's 1,500, 2,000 people tuned in to hear what happened. How many people in this space? There's 400, 500 people in this space,
Almost 4,000. Go ahead.
almost 4,000 in this space to hear about it, to voice their complaints, whatever. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to hear from more than 70 of them, because I can count 15 people that I know personally donated. It's 400. Like, that for me, that's crazy. Like, these people provide us hours and hours and days of entertainment. Twerk, Geechi, Hitman, Tay Rock, even the mid tiers, the Unices, the Preps, Holmesy. Like, bro, these niggas go out there, and I've watched them prepare. Y'all know I'm speaking from a place of actual knowledge. Y'all watch me go down there and spend a week with Twerk and Nitty preparing for that 2-on-2. I see what they go through as far as eat, sleep, practice, come up with material, practice, come up with material. They taking time away from their kids to do this and provide entertainment for us. Now, granted, they get paid, well, I don't know about nobody else. Twerk get paid very well to do that, but When it come time to reciprocate, $5 is all it takes to make your voice heard on Cody.
Okay,
35 to
but
Nah,
35
can I
one
is
play?
hundred percent,
Can I play
Anwar.
devil's
But
advocate for you though?
let's talk some raps, man. Let's talk.
Can I
go ahead.
hold on? Can I play devil's advocate for you though? Let's keep it
What
a
is the
hundred.
devil's advocate here, Debo? That might have been a bad intro, but go ahead. What's
Nah,
the
it's
devil's
not.
advocate?
It's not. It's not because I
Go ahead,
hear
let me hear.
I hear what you're saying about Twork, the battle rappers, and all that. But you got to remember this. This shows results. And it says very unfortunate that what happened today as far as those fan votes. It's a disappointing thing. I put a tweet about it myself. I'm disappointed in the fans. But we got to ask ourselves as to why this happened. Can't be mad at just point the fingers at the fans. Y'all, it's y'all fault. Why y'all ain't doing this? Why y'all ain't doing that? You know what I'm saying? The fans are speaking to you, not just through champion, but through battle rap entirely. Because let's be honest. At these events, and T Top's joint was a great turnout. But guess who was there? Mostly entourage niggas and people that's diehard battle rap fans, not average 9 to 5ers who got a job or just, you know what I'm saying, that's just
All
like,
right, so
I'm gonna just
so
go, hold on,
let me
let me,
no
let me
no no
finish.
no.
Let
I
me
gotta
finish
cut
because
you
I
off
have a
because I
point.
gotta ask a
You
question.
I have
Yeah,
a
At
let
T
him
point to
Top
rock.
this.
Let
submit.
him rock. He's
I
cooking.
have
Let
a
him
point.
rock.
All right, go ahead, go ahead, Debo.
I
Go
have a
ahead, go ahead.
point. I have a point to this.
But I was on the debate team in high school, so I'm just telling you I'm about
I
to
don't
cook
care
you. But
about
go
your
ahead.
debate team. I don't care about that. I have a point to this. At the end of the day, is
So
what I'm trying to.
watch how you talk to my manager though.
Okay, I apologize. Um, I have a point to this. Here's the thing: is the reason as to why there's a disconnect, and my answer is not the end all be all because we all got to figure it out from the leagues to the battle rappers and all that because the battle rappers are doing a good job. But there was a time when a lot of the battle rappers weren't doing a good job and doing a disservice to the fans that just got turned off and said, "Yo, listen, man, we ain't gonna support no shit if y'all just out here bullshitting and not giving us what we know what I'm saying what we want to see and whatnot." You understand what I'm saying? Like whereas wrestling, you know what I'm saying? This is my I'm gonna stop from here after I make this analogy. Wrestling we all know as a sports entertainment is fake and shit. Niggas ain't really body slamming motherfuckers and punching people in the eye and all that. But yet, people still believe in wrestling. They come in droves to see grown ass men jump on each other from the top rope. You know what I'm saying? Whereas battle rap, you know what I'm saying, is damn near kind of the same thing. Why we can't keep people in the venue or people to buy a pay per view? It's not just the fans, bro. It's an all around thing. We all have to be accountable for these actions. The fans was just the last calling to show people that this battle rap shit is getting rocky right about now. But we all responsible for this shit. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to point the fingers at the fans because you're not really pointing the finger at a specific person. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why everybody's sticking their chest out. Oh, the
No,
fans, yeah, you
you
fans are
you
such and such and all
you one
that.
hundred
It's
percent
easy to
right. You
do
were
that.
100% right with that one, Debo. You know what I'm saying? And
Please,
I
Jay Smo, I have a
and I
rebuttal.
yeah, but I ain't
Wait,
gonna lie to you. As much as I love it, and I love both y'all a lot, man. Anwar, Debo, some stand-up men in this culture. We're here to talk rap. I can't do another Death of Battle Rap space. I can't do another Why Are We Here space for the 90th day in a row, like we do in every space, on every channel, everywhere. We just had a beautiful thing where we ranked 20 of the best rappers in the world for 2024, where we talked about years and battles. And I'm sure we got complaints of people that didn't make it, people that did make it. So why I love y'all and why I love anybody else that's going to come up here with an informed perspective. I'm not. You will be muted if we do another like what's the end and how we can do this every other day like we usually do. Can we take a moment to talk about these MCs and whoever's got a take on what these MCs did in 2024, whether they didn't make the list? That's what we're here to talk about. Respect to both of y'all, man. But if y'all got to take about the list, let's go with that. And if you don't, then we gonna move on to the next speaker.
well, let's get Black to speak though, because the man of the hour is here.
I like that, and I agree. And I'm just
Champion.
I'm just saying that was the best panel I seen in Champion. Like throughout the champions, today was one of the best panels, man. Shout out to Jay Smo for what I'm saying, speaking his piece, and having the balls to say what he say. He stuck to the criteria because that's what the rules are. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made the difference. Because we would have been just talking about a tie
Shit
right
would have
now.
been a
And how can
50-50.
we break
We
a
still
tie?
don't know we would have done. We were discussing it afterwards, man. But with that being said,
Right.
we got the godfather of it right here, Jay Blackman. You know what I'm saying? Honor as always. Thank you for having me up third year in a row. You know the respect I got for you. We don't even got to go there with it, man. But talk to us.
Appreciate you. First and foremost, I want to thank Emerson Kennedy, Last Second C. We was able to utilize his space, so he's the one that recorded it. We did everything low key last minute. Shout out to David Campbell. Shout out to Geechi Gotti, for being a man of his word. You gotta think, man. He could have been anywhere he wanted. You know, he actually had obligations. He said, "No, Black." He texted me like, "Yo, I know what's going on. I'm still gonna be there." And he pulled up. Shout out to Chilla Jones for flying out, making it a success. I believe it was a success. We got more viewership than last year. Um, I thought it was a good panel for the most part. I think everything was smooth. You know, whether you felt somebody should have been higher or lower, we had that conversation every single year. If you put this person up 4 spots, that's the wrong thing to do. You put that person up 3 spots, that's the wrong thing to do. You put somebody lower, that's the wrong thing to do. But one thing I will say, if y'all say that we miss somebody off of our list, well, a lot of the critiques, I'm gonna say to y'all too. Y'all left somebody off your list too because y'all don't have a list. Y'all don't. So if we don't have that person on our list, you don't have that person on your list either because you don't have a list. Like I've seen one list, I think. But shout out to Av. If Av, I think I've seen congratulations tweets from Av, so shout out to Av, for saying what he's saying. I think Av could have won it as well. So I have no gripes with anybody saying Av should have won. Congratulations to Tay Rock. I to get it, I'm not gonna go into the depression bag. Um, Spo was right in terms of us doing that every other day and why this, why that. I will say this though, I think every time that COTY has gotten a lot of donations, I was hot. My channel was hot. I think my dumbass just doesn't talk about the hot topics. So a lot of times when you talk about the hot topics, you have 10,000, 15,000 viewership, and attached to those 15,000 views, you have a GoFundMe link. Now you got Jay Black's channel getting 3,000, 5,000, maybe a 10,000 view here, depending on who pulls up. But I'm not discussing any topics in battle rap at this point because it's too salacious. I don't want to sit here and talk about who this person is dating, who that person is dating. That's not what I want to do, and that's not trying to sound arrogant, or against anybody else that's doing that. I just been that way since forever. So I think that's one of the reasons. Also, I think the battle rappers have to share the link, whether you win or not. Whether you feel like you're gonna win or not, you got to share that link. You got to share that link because again, all that money is going to the winner. And I think end of the day, I think that portion is great for battle rap. So I kind of wanted, I want to shout out to Av. I want to add the share link. I want to tear out share link, not just do what they do, but vote now. This is the time to vote. A lot of times when COTY was successful in terms of donations, we had the whole culture saying donate, donate, donate. But also think of conspiracy theories. It's always a conspiracy theory about this or about that or about this or about that. I believe I'm one of the most trustworthy people in the battle. I really do believe that. I don't mean to sound the way I think you could give me 10 grand to hold and you had that 10 grand or probably more in a week if you wanted in a week. So, but I think we got to dead the negativity. I think 2025 will be the last year for champion of the year. We're going to make this a movie. The last one is going to be a movie. I want 3 Letterman on the panel. I want Hennyman on the panel. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have some other people I'm gonna say sooner or later, but I want Geechi Gotti back on the panel. I want Chilla Jones back on the panel. If they decide to chill, you never know.
Who else?
These motherfuckers, they might just start battling crazy. I don't know. Geechi might want to win the belt instead. You know what I'm saying?
Black, they can still donate to make Rock Bag bigger, right?
Oh, we gonna get to that. Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. So I talked briefly to Rock. Ceremony will probably be a week and a half. No later than 2 weeks, a week and a half. So we only got 3,000 in donations. So if you go to GoFundMe right now, it's gonna say 9,000. That's from one person. The $6,000 from one person. So this means all his fans that was unaware that didn't know, oh shit, is going on tonight, whatever it is, they can chime in and probably give him a lot more. So a lot of people's love, oh, rock one here, here, here. So you know what I'm saying? That'll be happening probably within a week and a half. The ceremony for Rock. He'll tune into that. That's all I got for now, man. And shout out to A-Ward. I thought A-Ward was cheated because he gave us a Super Bowl victory. I thought A-Ward should have been champion.
Oh man. With that being
I
said,
think A-Ward should have been champion. COTY.
I know we got, appreciate you as always, Black, with that. I know we got a couple people here, you know what I'm saying, people that I respect a lot when it comes to perspective. We got Keo, we got Shams, and Shams, we both on West Coast time, man. So if you don't mind, I want to ask Keo, because I know I saw you in the live chat, Keo. I saw you at a couple gripes, and I know you always going to keep it 100, man. So talk to us. How you feel about the panel this year, dog?
What's up, Keo?
Yo, what's going on? Shout out to y'all. I'm gonna let Shams go first because he on West Coast time. So let him go first because I
I
know
bet that, bet that.
you know
Yo,
what I mean.
Shams,
Let him respectful.
what's going on? What's your mind?
What's up, my guy? First of all, I want to say congratulations. You know, you did great. I ain't gonna lie, you should be proud of yourself today. You had me scared around, 1 through 6, 1 through 7, but you did good, my guy. Like, I appreciate y'all. You, Black, and
Shit,
Lang,
I had
Geechi,
everybody
EK.
scared when I said I got rock for Cody, but I got Av. Boy, I ain't. That was
Nah, it
crazy.
was it was the part where you said I'm go against everything I believe in. I said, what?
No, man. Hey, listen, I'm gonna repeat again for anyone that
Yo,
might be new. I'm gonna repeat again for anyone that might be new in here. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate winning. I think winning is
I do
important.
too. And
But
I
but
appreciate that too.
listen, sometimes you got to reevaluate it. Sometimes you got to be reminded. You got to talk it out. And at the end of the day, if a man checks 4 of the 6 categories, clearly that's the guy who's supposed to have the belt over his shoulder. And even with my apologies, not just to Rock in the beginning, although you know what I'm saying, Cody, he don't need an apology, but also my apologies to the culture for that little bit of a blunder in the beginning. Had to get it together. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my realignments, and I'm happy that we could come to the correct vote with that one. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Y'all did great though. Like this is one of the best panels, best lists like in a minute. Like I appreciate this one more than the last one because the last one I knew the top two, just like how this year I knew the top two, but the top five is scary. Like I think I told you behind the scenes, like the fourth and fifth spot was like, damn, my hands are sweaty, like, damn it the whole time. So it's like okay, but anyways, I want to start where T Top is. I'm not gonna lie, he's at 8. He beat the number 7 spot clear, and he beat the number 4 spot clear, and he had a great year. Like moments, his schedule was good. I just want to know why T Top fell there. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, listen. First of all, I mean, if you even watch it, I feel like categorically, I think that's a word. I think categorically is a word. But
I let
I
it slide.
feel like he ended up losing a couple of those categories.
it's a word.
Obviously, Twerk climbed Mount Everest. Boy, I had Twerk at 12. You don't think I was shocked when he made it up to 7? But goes to
That
speak
was
of
my
what he
next
can do.
question.
Goes to speak to what he can do in the second half of a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially with someone powerful like that, with some of the powerful battles he had. He had performance of the night, probably the 2 best cards of the year. He had performance of the night on Mass Six between probably both days. He had performance of the night on Power Moves, which ended up being the only real big stage event that we had. And when it came down to it, T Top can match him in some of those inconsistencies as well. So you start looking at the material. It's hard to say T Top got better material than New Jersey Twerk. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to say that he's a better performer.
Actually, T Top, actually choked more times than Twork did
Yeah,
too.
it's hard to say that he a better performer than New Jersey Twerk. I mean, you going to say he's got more impact, makes more moments than New Jersey Twerk. So
It's
that's a,
impossible.
it's a
It
tough
should have
one. And
been.
then
Smoke,
so when you
smoke.
start breaking down
Respectfully,
whoa, 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 you asked me the question, brother. Let me land my plane.
no, I know. Shit. All right,
So
go
he,
ahead.
he beats him out there, and then we look at the top 5 or 6 above him. These are also people that are matching him. There's the material of Sharon, the consistency of Sharon, the material of a Rum Nitty, the impact of a Rum Nitty. At the end of the day, T Top had a great year. I feel like some people overblew maybe that he was undefeated and things of that nature. But either way, man, I still think he did great. I'm not mad anyone's got him a point or two forward, but I think he's rightfully put where he's at. And I think the panel explained that perfectly clear.
All right. I respect your takes like wholeheartedly. I fuck with you heavy. I just want to say, like, you know how me and you feel about wins. Like that's low key where we felt about, and like that don't fall as far as the criteria, but we know
Or,
like
or
the
do
the,
I
the
not?
impact of like how that happened. Like personally, I had Twerk winning going into that battle, and I watched and I said, damn, he didn't win this battle. And then I had Trez winning that battle going into it, and I'm like, damn, he didn't win that battle. So at some point, I'm like, okay, I got to give this man his respect. That's all I'm saying. Like
No, I'm
number eight
with
is
you, but
good.
if
Yeah.
it was a tournament, he would have won. But that's why we got the 6 piece Cody criteria. That's why we go by that. That's why I made my switch. You know what I'm saying? That's why after I went 2 to 20 and made though, I had T Top at 6 going in. You know what I'm saying? I had T Top above a couple of the guys. I had T Top above Nitty. I
Yeah,
had T Top above
same.
New
I was
Jersey
just about to
Twerk.
say that. Same.
But when you break down the details of it, it's just not that simple. It's never been as
Yeah.
simple as just a head-to-head victory. Why we had the panel because of that? And then this guy beat that guy. Woosah beat T Top. Now is he top 5? You know what I'm saying? It's just never going to be that simple. So
Dang it.
I agree with you that he had a couple of those top 5 wins. But you got to break down the whole case. When you look at the whole case, some of these people just had a more power packed year than T Top did, but he's still a top 10 battler as he deserves to be. So
Shams, I know you got probably a few more things. We do got a lot of
You all
folks, and you
good,
know
France.
what?
You all good.
You know where to find us,
James,
bro.
we're gonna chop it up
Yep,
later.
yep,
So
yep.
All right, who next, Mo?
Yeah.
I believe Keo is next. I believe Keo said let Shams go first. So what's good, Keo?
Peace, peace. First off, shout out to Let's Talk Battle Rap, Schmo, Geechi, and Jay Black, and shout out to Champion. You know, I said I wasn't gonna let y'all gaslight me this year, but here I am. Y'all did a good job on efficiency, moving the time and all of that. And Schmo, you know, I've been more in tune with you and Lang more this year than ever before. And y'all break it. It stymies me, man. Let's get into let's get into this shit, man.
Yeah, talk to me, man. Talk to me. That's what we here for.
How we got a top 20 for 2024 and we
Yep.
don't got Snake Eyes on there. I know Snake Eyes is not a fan favorite, but guess what? He was putting in work. He was carrying what he was carrying. He was making matches mean more than what they might have meant on just paper, and he was getting wins. Like
Yeah,
the
so
the
talk
biggest.
to me about those. Talk to me about those wins real quick. I just want my specifics. That's all. Same way that we did it on the panel. That's all I ask.
I mean, you know, I was surprised when he beat Foe, Riggs, Walker. Like he was constantly, and he, like you said, and you did say this, and I agree with you. And again, anybody that don't know, follow Jay Shmo on YouTube. He do got very good breakdowns, and I do agree with most of his breakdowns. So I'm not, this ain't
Appreciate
even
you, man.
no
Appreciate you.
like no shock moment of trying to get. I follow him, and you got to get in tune with his channel. But he constantly, like you said, give 100% with no. He don't be choking. He be giving it his all, and and I'm not saying he was in the top 5, top 10, but to not be in the top 20 of 2024 is egregious. Him and Capo Bravado, I know another non-fan favorite. You know why? You know why? See, I'm in tune with the female battle rap, and I'm in tune with like the newer battle. I like the newer battlers. I like to get in tune with people that's on the come up, a la Tana or Muwap, because they still got that hunger, and this should be meaning something to them. So when we get in the champion, we all know what Jay Black always say every year. Oh, I'm compromised. People gonna complain no matter what I do. And I get it because he living it. But the truth of the matter is, y'all don't do yourselves no favors when it feel like it's just the same names being in a popularity contest. Now let's get specific because I don't want you to think I'm just throwing arrows at you. When you say, uh, and I'm gonna get back to Snake and Capo because I just wanted to make sure I said that while I got the floor. But when you say, when y'all discussing the ladies, Hustle, Jazz, Coffee, you start off the conversation saying, well, Coffee got the impact, and Jay Black agree with you. But then when y'all get into breaking it down, and Lang is talking about, I feel like giving it to Coffee, you say, yeah, it got to be Jazz, though, because, you know, what are we talking about? It's Jazz. I'm paraphrasing, but that was basically what you did. The
Oh, no, I mean,
reasoning was,
it
it's
wasn't nearly
Jazz.
that simple, but I that's going to paint something because you're saying it real
I don't want to
vaguely.
paint a
But
narrative. I don't,
I understand though you trying to because that's a lot of thoughts together. We up there talking 5 hours. I ain't mad at you.
right,
Keep
right. I
going.
don't want to paint a narrative, but I don't have it verbatim. But it was, I remember hearing you, it was something to the effect of, but it's Jazz. Come on, like it's Jazz. And you're right. In the big picture, it is Jazz. But if we talking about specifically for 2024, I saw Coffee Brown battle Mount Rushmore people. I seen a battle way more. Even her schedule, y'all didn't give her strength of schedule, and she had the best schedule out of all of them. And I get it.
We
It
gave
was
her
it was
number one
close
in strength
between
of
the ladies.
schedule over her hustle and jazz. I got it written down in my notes here. I'm gonna keep it real. That one's not accurate. You know what I'm saying? But
No, no, no,
keep
no.
going.
When y'all all came to a consensus, y'all did not give it to her for strength of
Well, no,
schedule.
we came to a consensus with them going over coffee bomb. I'm telling you, brother, I got the sheet here from what I was writing on the panel. She won when we did the three-way category strength of schedule. How could she not? Did you see the amount of people that Coffee Brown battled and the caliber of person?
Yes,
She
yeah.
won strength of schedule, man. It's not. I'm
All
just
right,
saying
Schmo.
that it
I'm gonna
didn't go
table
the
that
way
for
you said
later,
it
but
went with that particular category.
I'm gonna send you the timestamp because I'm telling you for sure, y'all came with
You
the
can send me the
consensus. It
timestamp. I'm
was
gonna send you the piece of paper. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just the one that I wrote on that determined this shit. So like I'm with you,
right. Well, I'm
but
just telling you what
not
y'all
with you.
said. I was listening to it. Maybe it was a misspoke. I don't know, but I
That's gonna
know for
happen.
sure.
I ain't ruling that out. I
Yeah.
ain't ruling that out.
And so, and with all that being said, this is the thing. Like, of course, we got these. This is what we think sometimes as fans. We think like, oh, they're just gonna pick the popular people. I know it don't always go like that. But when you say things like that, and I'm not, and I'm again, this ain't an attack on you, but we talking about what we saw in this. We all watched. We was locked in. We was locked in for out. Like we here. It's like a almost like a Yeah, Jazz was probably the going down, if not number one, probably number one, if not number two, definitely in top two of all time female battle rappers. But at the end of the day, we talking about what happened in 2024. And in 2024, Coffee Brown was putting belt to ass. Yes, she lost to John John. Yes, you got a debatable with E Hart. But aside from that, she was putting belt to ass, and even in her bad shows, was still winning. So I mean, and I'm not here to just champion her. I'm just saying, like, it was a lot of like
I
the
think it's
Snake
like
Eyes
this
thing
though.
was too much
I
for
think
me. The
I
Snake
think it's like
Eyes
this when it comes
and the
to the
Coffee
ladies.
Brown was too much for me.
I think it's like this when it comes to the ladies, right? All three of those ladies had amazing. It's four ladies in it too, official. All those ladies had a dope year. You know what I'm saying, right? You got you got debates for all of them. You know what I'm saying? You could debate for all of them on who could have been higher than the next person. First and foremost, I want to say the top six people voted by the fans. None of them ladies was in that. It was Sharon, Nitty, Trez, Av, Swamp, Rock. You know what I'm saying? That was the six that was voted. You know what I'm saying, off that. So then after that, you got to start thinking of people that y'all was saying was gonna be COTY, John, and T Top, and all through these years, you wasn't really hearing nobody saying none of those ladies' names, even being ahead of none of these dudes, Fonz, and you know what I'm saying. A lot of dudes that people was already putting in front of them. A Ward, you know what I'm saying. I feel like when the panel was out, people just looking for something to try to complain and harp on for. But it goes back to the same thing a motherfucker been saying the whole time. If people feel this strongly about this shit, motherfuckers supposed to been voting for them. Most motherfuckers supposed to been out there campaigning for them, doing all that all throughout the year. Salute to the ladies because they got a Wody panel and no telling who gonna win that. You know what I'm saying? I think the placement on champion don't got nothing to do with the who win the Wody. It been like that for the past couple years. One girl will be higher, the other girl end up winning the Wody, so it don't even really matter about that. But just speaking on that specific, because you brought that up, is like, yeah, I feel like it was like pulling teeth. They all had great years. And they all you could take something away from each one, like you said. They all had some of their biggest moments, some of their biggest battles, and shit like that. So that's the way that they stacked up right behind each other. I mean, I don't know how much further up did you feel like they was gonna be? Like honestly, like who did you have them in front of that they ended up
I'm gonna
behind?
tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. Geech, this is what I. This is, and again, I know it's all opinionated, but we
Yeah.
look to y'all like experts. Keeping it real. I mean, we might feel we got our own expert opinion, but we look at
No,
y'all
yeah,
like y'all
no, this ain't
experts.
none of that. Yeah, who
'Cause,
you got? Who
yeah.
you had?
So
Who you
I'm
had him
saying,
behind?
like, when you put Rex, listen. I'm not trying to hear. Rex is one of my favorite all-time battle rappers. He had 4 battles. 2 was due, and 1 was gas because y'all gassed that chiller shit a little bit too much. But the consensus got him winning. I go with it. I go with
Man,
the consensus.
everybody loved Rex
No.
performance
Jay Small,
versus
let me get my
Chilla,
bars on.
man.
Let me
But come
answer him.
on, we can't
Let
just
me
say
answer
things.
him.
It's
Let
not
me
how it works on
answer
the
him. Let me
panel.
answer him.
It's not how it works.
Schmo, listen what I'm saying. He had 4 battles, and 2
Okay.
you admitted was not good. So you're really giving him that higher ranking for 2 battles.
Are
And
you
I'm
saying
saying
Snake Eyes had a
personally,
better year than Rex?
I'm saying Snake Eyes needed to be in the top 20. Him,
Are you
Capo,
saying
niggas
take
put in a
Rex
lot of
off
work
the
this year.
list for Snake Eyes?
I'm putting Snake Eyes on that. He ain't 20 more battlers ahead of
But
Snake
no,
Eyes in
Are
we just
you
talking
2024.
about
taking
the
Rex
ladies
off?
I'm
because
taking Rex.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
say
taking
Rex
Rex
is
off.
not Rex
No,
Respectfully,
we
wasn't
not
Shotgun. You know I
taking
love
Rex
you.
off.
Drugs.
We not
I'm
Rex
taking
taking
drugs.
them
Rex
off
off, Kia.
Drugs. That's
wasn't
all
no
I'm
because he
saying.
had
other.
a
Drugs.
one
But
good battle against Bad News and
hey,
a hype overhyped battle versus
but
Chilla
no,
Jones.
my guy, check. I don't know how you
Fuck.
got back to Snake. Salute to Snake. I thought Snake should have been top 22. I tried to argue for him. They made their point. He didn't make it. But you was on the ladies.
Back to the ladies.
Rex ain't in front of Coffee, Hustle, or Jazz. I
No,
said,
no.
who did you
I
think?
was just
Who you
go
think
ahead.
that they were in front of? Who are they behind that they should have been in front of?
I honestly thought I was really arguing for Coffee specifically. I thought
Okay,
she was
okay. So look, who
ahead
do you
of.
got Coffee? Where do you got her at? Like, who is she behind that she should have been in front of? But like, out of the
I
like,
thought she was behind. I thought she was ahead of Jazz.
mm-hmm.
I thought she was ahead of Hustle.
Okay,
And 'cause I mean, we watched this. It was
okay. So
what
look,
was the guy?
put Coffee
John.
at 11. Put
John
Coffee
beat
at
her.
hey,
So
look,
I give.
put Coffee at 11. Put motherfucking Jazz at 13, and put Hustle at 14, and boom.
Yeah, Geechi, I get you, but
You
nah,
know
we're
what I'm
not doing
saying?
that.
I'm
We're
saying
not
like
doing
you
that,
feel me?
Geechi.
Like
We're
like
not
like
doing that.
11,
You know
12.
why,
Not like
Geechi?
that.
I'm
I'm
gonna
not
tell
trying to
you why we're not
disrespect the
doing that.
people. No, like, I'm not trying to disrespect the people on the list, but when you talking like top 20, 11, 12, 13, 14, those is all
Like you could
Separated by a
argue it's skin in
hair,
the.
by a
It's
margin.
like by a hair. Like you know what I'm saying. Like if you just said you only had her above the other two girls. Like all right, well then we ain't even got no argument here. Like that's easy. Yeah, put RC at
Well, I
11
just
now.
want. I'm gonna land my plane
So
like
my no,
this,
so my
and I
point
know.
was saying like that's how close the argument was. I don't think that nobody was discrediting none of their years. I think all of them had dope years. But when they was splitting hairs and you thinking like that, you going by certain things that you splitting like, damn, okay, she might have been 12. You might have got it wrong. Like you said, Coffee probably could have been number 11. She and Jazz could have been 13 and or 12, and Hustle could have been 12 or Hustle could have been 11. You know what I'm saying? But we literally talking about each of them being one person behind each other on the COTY list, and they all had great years. It's four women that's on the top 20 of battlers. I think that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just dope in itself that all of them was in the top 20. Official, Coffee, Miss Hustle, and Jazz to be in that top 20. They took four spots from dudes. That was amazing. And they got their own belt that they gonna fight for. And I don't and it's not a guarantee that Jazz, Hustle, or Coffee is gonna win that Wody. You know what I'm saying? They got
No,
their
no,
own belt that
I
they
feel
that
you
they
on
going
that.
for.
I
They
feel you on
wasn't
that.
gonna win Cody though. I'm like, so like, you know what I mean? Like, so salute to the point, the spot where they got, but they got a belt that they gonna fight for like right now. You know what I'm saying? In a month or so.
I'm gonna land my plane like this. I know it's a tough job, and salute to you, Jay Smokers. You was really on the lead on this tonight. You and Geechi. Chilla Jones. I don't know if he took an edible or something, but shout out to him too. But at the end of the day, it's like this. We just looking for the consistency. It seemed like some of them names y'all just it just was like
N-
how are we weighing up
But
people
look,
with like
but this what
four
I'm
like
saying,
sometimes
bro.
I use the metrics.
You as a fan just had the chance right now. I'm asking you, who did you have them in front of? And you literally didn't name none of the people that's in front of her and said she had the year or any of them had the year. So they actually are exactly where they landed as you know what I'm saying? As
Well,
to
I
what you
don't have a
said.
list in front of me, cause so
You got
I'm just going off the memory of it. I don't have a list in front of me. I don't. I think y'all got the
do you
most. I think y'all
did
got
you
the
got do
top.
you got any of them in front of T Top?
No,
Any of them in front of Fonz?
no.
Any of them in front of John John?
Yeah, I can make that argument in front of John John. I
Who you got
could,
in front of
but
John John?
Hold up too,
I
because
got both the ladies,
we,
both
we
the
got
top
we
two
got a
ladies.
lot
I got
of we
them in
got a
front of
lot of
John John.
speakers up here. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, I know, I know.
I
I
just
don't
want
want
to
to.
respond
I
to
don't
the
want to
first
monopolize the
thing you
time. I
said.
do.
Because I don't, because you know what I'm saying. I didn't get to get my full rebuttal, and then we're gonna go to. I think CP been
Yeah,
here the
go
longest.
ahead.
We can go CP, Ryan, and RJ. You know what I'm saying? Just to let y'all know that we gonna get everybody's voice spoken up here. But I just want to say, as for two people, one of them just came up. Shout out Capo Bravado. Obviously, he was put on the list in the beginning. It's tough, man. We talking 20 people, right? So at the end of the day, him and Clone, who I thought had a good year, just barely got forced off. If you got them at the 20 spot, the 19 spot, shit, we did too at some point. You know what I'm saying? That was tough. And as for Snake Eyes, I just want to address what you said a little bit earlier with wins like Riggs, K Walker, Trufo, even in a debatable battle. You know what I'm saying? I even had Snake Eyes on the rewatch. But you also got to think, are those Cody worthy victories? Because at the same time, he's got losses to T Top. He's got losses to Profilini. And listen, make no mistake about it. I don't like Snake Eyes. He don't like me. And we'll talk whenever we talk. But I'm never going to sacrifice my integrity of the panel for any of my feelings. I work too hard and love this culture too much to do that, regardless of my feelings of that man. He had a good year. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, sometimes your best isn't good enough. When it came to the biggest stages, he didn't rock those maybe. You know what I'm saying? When it came to 1,000 people, when it came to his most top tier opponents, he lost those battles. So somebody could argue him at 20, but obviously that argument didn't go his way. You know what I'm saying? Better luck next time, champ. So with that being said, CP, I know you've been here maybe the longest, man. Talk to us, bro.
Yeah, yeah, nah, it's all
Rocked them to
good.
sleep.
Nah,
Nah,
Smo
it's
in
all
his
good.
bag, yo.
Yeah, nah, as he should, well deserved. Like, I ain't gonna be long winded. I just wanted to say, congratulations and salute to the panel, like everybody on the panel, all the battle rappers, Jay Smo, salute to Let's Talk Battle Rap, Jay
Yes,
Black. We gonna
sir.
miss you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this year gonna be the last Cody thing, so that's gonna be like crazy. Yeah, I know they're gonna miss it and shit like that. I know people gonna wish that they voted more when Champion of the Year is gone. Um, I don't really got too much to like critique because I'm realizing like how difficult y'all job really is, bro. I couldn't. It's easy to just sit there and watch y'all like make a list and be like, oh, like I could critique it right then and there, but like on the spot, bro, I wouldn't be able to do that, man. So I'm realizing like in this culture, it's two jobs that I realize is extremely difficult: being a top analyst and being an elite top battle rapper. So salute to everybody. Salute to Gotti, bro. You was incredible up there. I want to give you your flowers. You really got three of them bitches, bro. Three Codys is crazy. Congratulations to Rock. Capo made top 20.
Nah,
Did
he
he
was
make?
on the list. He was the last. We bumped Clone off first, and then he was the last person we get to bump off. So in a fucked up way, he's
Okay.
almost like the 21st man. You know what I'm saying? He had a very, for a couple of us, he
Salute.
was at 20, but once the names started all coming together, he was the last person to get bumped off, and we did the
Well, well,
adjustment.
well, shit. Salute the bro though for like even being in the conversation. Like he knew in this culture and he damn near top 20 in the world. That's dope. So salute to Capo. Salute to my bro Eunice, man, making the top 20, man, coming from the spaces, being a top 20 battle rapper in 2024. That's incredible. So I just wanted to salute everybody for that shit. Like, and I can't wait for this year, man. So congratulations to Tay Rock, man. Greatest, bro. So yeah, salute to y'all. That's all I want to
I
say, man.
appreciate you,
Well,
CP.
before we go to the next speaker, real quick, just to touch on what CP said, man. Like from all the battlers that were discussed on the sheets, from everybody they're looking at, there's over 240 battles, and that's not including anybody that we're not talking about here. So, like any panelist up there is watching a minimum of 200 battles. You start to think about how many watch time, how much hours that is, and we're rewatching it, and a lot of us are covering it on the day to day. Like the grind, the work is put in. Even if you don't agree with the opinion, I think the work ethic cannot be questioned.
Yeah, for sure.
100%. With that being said, I'm sorry because I don't remember who was here first and who wasn't. I think I said Ryan was next. We're gonna let Ryan go, and the RJ. If it was flipped around, my bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people we let up here, but Ryan, talk to me real quick, man.
Oh, man, you got damn handling the motherfucking business at hand, dog. Don't even worry about that. You good, sir. First and foremost, I just want to let you motherfuckers know some of the best shit in the world is coming out of 85 South. You see 3 and 4, man. You see trees. You see swamp. You know what the fuck is going on around here. You know what it is. You know what it ain't. Shout out to Eunice. You know what I'm saying. All them niggas that's doing their thing like that, man. I ain't really got no gripes. I got them come to give praise, you feel me? I come to goddamn give honor because this is a tough thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Especially for somebody that's just a casual like me. Like you'll see me pop out at some shit, but I don't. I'm not into critiquing shit like that because that ain't my field of expertise. You feel me? I watch it. I'm a fan, but the people who I am fans of make the top part of the list. So, and one thing I want to add real quick, man, like all these people like Av got robbed, da 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 da. So you got to look at it like this, right? So the Eagles lost probably about 2 years ago. They gave them momentum going into the season after, even though they fucked up. The man has the momentum going into 2025. All he has to do is just stay on top of his game. You feel me? You damn near was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I personally think he lost the Trez battle, but that's just me, Gangsta Spoon. What up? It's just a whole lot of, a whole lot of this and that. So let it be what it is. He gonna put in the work this year. He gonna goddamn elevate, keep doing what he doing, and niggas is gonna keep moving how they moving. And you know what I'm saying? That's what it is, man. Y'all did a wonderful job. Get your salute always, man. And that's what it is with me. So yeah.
Yo, before we go, RJ, Samuel, can we hear from Capo? 'Cause I know Capo's up here.
Oh
Definitely
yeah,
want to hear
yeah,
his
yeah.
thoughts.
100%,
Yeah,
one hundred
handle, handle,
percent.
handle.
Capo,
Capo,
you
what
there?
up?
What's poppin' with y'all, man?
What's the word, Capo?
What's poppin' with you, man?
What's up,
Talk to
Capo?
us, man. How you feeling?
Well, I just finished drying the tears. You dig? And nah, salute to y'all, bro. That was some entertaining shit. I enjoyed it. You dig? I do think my schedule, my strength of schedule, my impact, and all that was better than at least 3 people that's still on the list. I think I could have been 17 or something like that. My mat not the best, but I appreciate Geechi for even swinging for a nigga. He tried. Y'all shut that shit down kind of quick, like super quick. But Geechi tried to put up a case for me there. I thought I had an
Brother, I
amazing.
had you at 20 on my list, man.
Who I got bumped off for?
Well, what happened is you were at 19, And I don't think a few of us had official on the list. So that for me, you know what I'm saying, that was kind of a surprise, but something I understood when it was kind of broken down to me. I know some people were still against that. It's kind of surprised. You know, there's a couple of us didn't have her, but
Wow.
that was part of it. And then I believe there's real deal as well. I think a
He
few of us
gave his
didn't
spot up
agree with
for
it.
official, man. New Orleans stand up,
Oh,
man.
Hey,
it's
that's what I peeped the plot now. Like
official could have
involved the
really
home,
been, but with not like
involved the
she's the
hometown,
reason.
so I can't have no problem
Yeah,
with it. I get it.
couple
Nah, I
couple
don't have
more
no
people.
problem with that.
You were the 21st man, and a couple times, especially earlier in the year. You know what I'm saying? You might have disagreed with the way I called a couple of your
Nah,
battles. I know we didn't always meet eye to eye, but thought you had a fantastic fucking year when it was all said
nah,
and done.
man.
Man.
I could disagree with y'all until I'm blowing the face today. I still appreciate what y'all do, and I'm gonna just do more work this year to make sure I have more people willing to disagree with y'all. If it comes to that, I'm gonna just make sure I do what I gotta do. You dig? But I appreciate y'all. Shout out T Rock. I think y'all got that all the way right.
Took one of us a minute myself. You know what I'm saying? But we
Yeah,
got
nah,
there in the
I
end,
think,
Capo. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, nah, I think T Rock is deserving. Shout out Eunice. I'm the leader of the new school, but he one B. You dig? And Snake Eyes is ass. Keo, don't ever mention me with Snake Eyes again. I was supposed to be on this list. Snake Eyes supposed to be on some whole other list. That ain't this one, brother. I swear to God. But that's it, man. I appreciate y'all.
Yo, salute, Capo. Keep working, big dog.
hey, RJ, man, I know you were waiting for a minute, man. Talk to us, bro. How you feeling?
What's
Hey,
going on, big
RJ.
dog? What's going on? What's up, Tata? What's going on? Hey, of course, I love the list, man. I just wanted to say, man, that was a dope ass panel tonight. For real, for real. Salute to my nigga Geechi up there. He was fighting for niggas. He was up there trying to get busy for a lot of niggas. Of course, as a fan, we always got our, placements or whatever, who we wanted to be on the list or whatever. I thought Vixen should have been at 17 personally. Over official. I thought she had a better year. And I thought that she performed better.
You said Vixen?
Um, yeah, Vixen.
I love Vixen's year. She just didn't qualify, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then salute to Rockman, one of my goats of this shit. For real, for real. And my personal favorite was Chef Trez this year. He was my champion of the year, for real, for real.
Mm.
He was my number one, but go Rock, that's my guy. And man, it was a good ass panel, man. I salute everybody, and as a fan, I definitely gotta say, man, I gotta be more, like Geechi was saying, man, motherfuckers wanna politic to the bullshit, but they don't wanna, pitch in. So even me saying, I'll take accountability, man. I'm gonna make sure I definitely pitch in this year and put into that pot or whatever, you know what I'm saying, retweeting and all of that shit like I'm supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So just taking accountability on that shit, man. As much as I watch battle rap,
Appreciate
as
that.
much as I give myself to this shit, I love this sport. So I definitely gonna make sure I do my part too.
Nah, I
Salute to
appreciate that,
everybody that
bro.
was on tonight.
It's a
Salute.
group effort with that. Appreciate the love as always,
For
bro.
sure, man. I'm trying to get into this blogging space too, man.
Hey,
So
listen, you
know,
need any help? You need anything like that?
Yeah, word.
Holler at me, bro. Holler at
I'm
me.
definitely trying to get into this
Hey,
blogging
we
space,
need
J
more
Smo,
people
no
that
fuck.
blog and actually love this shit, not just blog
I
for a little
love this
check and to
shit,
make
bro.
some dumbass
I'm
shit
trying to
up.
learn how
So
Yo,
to edit, do all the videos, all of that shit for
yo,
sure.
yo,
So
yo,
yeah,
yo,
fuck
RJ.
with me.
If whenever you get launched up, tap in with me
I get you. I'm a DM you, my boy. Salute to
for sure.
everybody, man, and blessings to everybody. Y'all have a great night.
appreciate you.
For
You
sure.
too, brother. We
Yes,
got two more
sir.
with their hands up right now. I know we got Tito is here, and then Extreme. You right after him, man. Tito, talk to me, bro. How you feel about the panel?
Hey,
What's up,
hey,
Tito?
what's good, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Long time, you know what I'm saying? I've been laying low. I've been in the cut, you know what I'm saying? But I had to pop out, you know what I'm saying? Show love to everybody. Great show. Shouts to the production. As always, I always got to shout out the production. So shouts to Last Second C, shouts to EK and all them, filming that. I'm sure Jay Black, took a break from getting up every so often to hit that red button. You know what I'm saying? Shouts to Jay Smo. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Skip Bayless and Undisputed on a Friday. I see the fit. You feel
Boy, they
me?
said I look like
You know what I'm
Edward
saying?
Scissorhands. Y'all was on one tonight.
That's
I
crazy.
saw y'all.
That was
Y'all was
crazy. You know what
cooking
I'm
me, man.
saying? I was, bro, you know what I'm saying? Every time I got to go in there and defend the roast, you know what I'm saying? I got to get niggas off my boys, you know what I'm saying? But because ain't nobody allowed to roast y'all but us, you feel me? But for real, appreciate all y'all. I don't really got shit to say about the list. I just want to real quick just let y'all know, you know what I'm saying?
from somebody who knows a little bit about that. For what it's worth, y'all did a fantastic job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm really proud of y'all, and y'all should be proud of yourselves. Shout outs to Geechi as well. You know what I'm saying? First time panelist, I'm sure. You know what I'm saying? He might have had his reservations. He might have been completely confident, but I want to let you know you look like you belong. Like you've been up there for a while. You know what I'm saying? So it is, you know what I'm saying? So shout outs
Salute,
to you.
salute,
You know what I'm
salute.
saying? One thing I do want to go ahead and say real quick, just in general, is that niggas really think it's different until you got to go up there with five other people who know their shit and defend what you're saying.
That's a fact.
So more so than anything else, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to Small. I want to give a special shout out to you specifically because you and I have talked a lot. You know what I'm saying? All you know, with last year, you know what I'm saying, the year before about being open to changing your mind and how important that is. And I want to let you know that doing it on camera, that's real shit. You got to be a real man, you know what I'm saying, to change your mind or to reevaluate your stuff, and don't let nobody tell you nothing, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I know that's important to you. So everyone, you know what I'm saying, clap it up for him. But that's all I gotta say, man. So shouts to you and shouts to everybody. I hope the food was good. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, man.
Man,
Appreciate you as
stop.
always. You know, you've been through the process with me a couple times, bro. It's always love, man. So you know.
You know what I'm
Hey,
saying, y'all have a blessed night.
before y'all go to extreme, I do want to say that though. Yeah, man, I appreciate the opportunity to been a part of the panel. I would love to do it again. I
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
want to
get you.
say,
I was wondering, I was on the panel a couple times,
yeah,
obviously, and I was there for all the times you won.
yeah.
Now that I'm curious, now that you admire the process, you won it multiple times and seen it, and also ranked in the top five, out the top five. What's it like now sitting in there? It's different, right?
Nah,
It's
that shit
different, huh?
different. Nah, like and I want to say like it's way tougher than you think, especially when like these dudes really know they shit. So it make you appreciate the process even more for the people that win it. You know what I'm saying? The categories, the criteria, like the battles that they knowing every battle you guys had, they knowing the battles y'all slipped up in. So a lot of you battlers who be thinking that y'all able to just say y'all was undefeated, these motherfuckers know, like, nah, hell nah. We know about that little 3 round battle you did on that bullshit league and got your ass 30 because you was playing around. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They know about them joints, you know what I'm saying? So you wasn't able to just sneak past, and they had it all wrote down and really, real professional and really, you know what I'm saying, like really in depth. So, you know what I mean? And it's way tougher, like you said, like, because you can argue a point for somebody on your personal reason or for what you felt like their year was. And they really have it like broken down in a sense to where you even have to, like you say, and that's what I think was dope about the ending of this, because Jay Smo, like he said, he picked Av, but then he went all the way back into saying, like, nah, if I go with the criteria, which is what's in front of us, you know what I'm saying, then I have to give it to, you know what I mean, Tay Rock, you know what I'm saying? And like I say, neither one of them was the wrong answer. Tay Rock well deserving of it. So and it ended up going back to the criteria the way it has every year. So, you know what I mean, I think you gotta just salute that, man. You know what I'm saying? That these dudes, they got a criteria, they stick to it, they allow battlers to be a part of it. Y'all asked for more. And you can't say battlers was biased because you had I voted Av and you had Chilla and EK both went rock. You know what I'm saying? So and they all broke down their reasons why. You know what I'm saying? That's what I did as well. I feel like that was something I liked about it, was the dialogue towards the end, that people didn't just say, "Oh, I got such and such," because they kind of broke it down, and whether you agree with them or not, if you was listening, everybody gave valid reasons to who they had as their champion or the reason why they had a certain person at a certain number. You know what I'm saying?
What was y'all? I'm a dead, but Geechi, you may remind me something what you talk about niggas really knowing battles and shit. The year, Smo, you might remember what was the year in the year that Rum won. There was a battle that Suge I think had that never came out, but like people only saw it on the live. I think or it was a Swamp. I don't remember. You remember what I'm talking about? We were talking about the top 10. A battle. He had a battle where he got 30 and choked, and then the battle didn't drop. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
France, you remember that?
that was 2022. I can't remember the name. It was the same event as I think Head Ice versus Ill Will, a couple other things, but all the little
Yeah. All
details that
right.
we remember, man, from what we do.
Yeah,
But real quick,
yeah, we got to
because
keep it.
Extreme is next, but yeah, I gotta take a little detour because we do have someone that made the top 20 real quick. You know what I'm saying? First time top 20 maker, also won an award for leader of the new class. Eunice, talk to me real quick, man. How you feeling? And congrats, brother.
Yo, hey
Unit.
man, peace and blessings to the whole space, man. I'm not gonna hold you, man. man, it's I couldn't believe like even making top 20 for real, you know. And seeing the list of all the top tiers and legends, and y'all even throwing in that I didn't even expect that leader of the new school award at all. Like, so that was, man, that was crazy. Like,
Oh, it's well earned, man.
ah,
How do you feel about your spot itself?
I I'm not gonna hold you. The only thing I would potentially argue is me being having a better year than official.
Mm.
I ain't mad at that.
That's that's probably the only one I would comfortably like debate because for real, outside of everybody else, nah. But in my personal opinion, but you know, I'm even blessed to even, you know, be considered in this top 20, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. I'm just kind of at a loss of
Yeah.
words like
No,
ever
bro,
Yo,
since
you
Eunice,
you
man,
I
deserve
got
it.
I got a
yeah.
real interesting question. This is Debo for Eunice. Congratulations, number one.
appreciate it.
I have a real interesting question. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
This your name has been, flying out the mouths of like the top tier dudes, the fans, so on and so forth. In this climate of no stars being made and stuff like that, we're in the app era. Battles are slowed down on YouTube from the URLs and King of the Dots, Queen and so forth and so forth. Like, how do you feel? What position it puts you in? How do you feel? You know, like you're probably like really like one of the only ones besides probably my man Capo, but you I think you came after him. How do you feel being like in that position, like, breaking through of just, getting out there to be known and shit? Because I'm pretty sure there's a slew of artists that came a little bit before or during or right after you and shit that's not getting the recognition that you've got. How do you
Hmm.
feel like, in that space?
Shoot, I'm forever humbled for anybody that even recognizes and all the work that I've put in and all the top tiers that go out their way to mention my name, whether positive or negative, because they notice in me, like despite me being a newer name, you know. And they can say whatever they want, but the work speaks for itself. And I ain't gonna lie, as far as like the star thing, people can feel how they feel, but like I said, the work can't be denied. But I understand. I'm going for longevity here, and I understand I got a lot more to a lot more work to do. You feel me? So,
Yo, actually, I'm glad you said that, Eunice. And I want to ask you first and foremost, congratulations on your first top
mhm.
20. Um, it's a huge milestone in my opinion because it's like 10 years from now we have like list and battle rap documented and archived. This is what we're gonna have available to know who some of the best battlers in the calendar year, who some of our like all stars for the year, and you making your first appearance is nothing to sneeze at. It's really dope. But I want to ask you personally because I feel like you're a special talent. A lot of people view you as such as well. What do you think it's going to take for you to establish yourself as a perennial, like top 20 guy? Because a lot of battle rappers could have a hot year, and we salute that. But it's only the greats that are here 2, 3, 4 times at a time. You know what I mean? And when I think about like consistency and like greatness, greatness is just like the result of your discipline being repeated daily, and consistency is the foundation greatness is built upon. So like, what are you gonna do to say this isn't my first time to be here?
And I do appreciate the good words. As far as what I'm gonna do, one thing that I recognize that all the top tiers have, what that sets them apart from mid tiers and lower tiers, is they've done something that this whole culture agrees, or the majority of the culture agrees, is undeniable. It's something that you can't take away from them, and they've done it like multiple times.
Hmm.
So this year is the year that I'm making for myself. I'm going to do a lot of undeniable things, and it's gonna start with me being on the Apollo card versus passwords.
There we go.
Hey, listen, man, you've done some incredible things. And one thing before we get on to the next speaker, I know we got a couple more. I saw, obviously managers are going to talk up for their artists. Can you tell Doc a couple of us had you beating JC on the panel? I
Oh
saw
yeah,
him getting a little
you
upset. I
just
saw him
reminded
getting
me.
a little
You,
upset. He said, they switching on us. We saw the consensus. I know how it would be. I ain't even mad at
hey
him. But,
man,
but let him know what it is,
for
man.
sure I
I'm
will.
feeling
You
him. Give me
definitely just
that's all I'm
reminded me. Hey
saying.
Geechi, you had me losing.
Yeah, EFB. Yeah, nigga, EFB.
I can't wait till I run into the rest of y'all. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Nah, but Eunice, congrats to you, man, and you know what I'm saying. We rooting for you going forward. I hope that you can build on this. Who knows? Maybe you get a single digit number next year if the work follows through. So congrats, bro.
Yes, sir. Appreciate y'all.
Word up. Let's get to extreme.
Absolutely.
No, we did. We appreciate your patience.
Yeah, yeah. After Extreme, I see we got Sheed and we got Chaos Rising as well. We ain't forget about nobody. So Extreme, talk to us real quick. I got a feeling I know what you're gonna talk about, but talk to us
Yeah,
real
yeah,
quick, man.
yeah. What's up,
Uh,
What
Extreme?
up, yo?
What's up, Tata? What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, Jason? Hey, congrats to Tay Rock and everybody that made the list. And salute to the whole panel that made it happen. And just like how I'm saluting the panel that made it happen, I think it would be cool if y'all mention the smaller leagues that make these battles happen instead of just mentioning the battles like Ab versus J2. I know my league ain't no big time league or nothing like that, but one shot battle league, I put my hard earned money into to make Ab versus J2 happen. I know it wasn't no major battle or nothing like that, but just a little acknowledgement of the league making it happen.
No,
That's all.
100%, man. We do talk a lot of battles up there. You know what I'm saying? Through a lot of times. So yeah, I'm sure that you're not the only one that it gets a little bit lost up in the mix. But obviously, I see you personally. You know what I'm saying? Putting your work out there. And Av versus J2. Ironically, Rock not being able to do the battle, Av being able to do it. That could have been a talking point in itself. So salute to you for the work that you be putting in, man. And our bad on that one. You know what I'm saying? We can always do a little bit better. So anything next year, we gonna put in even more of a magnifying glass at that shit. Make sure we get it
Word,
right.
bro. I will say, extreme.
It's all good.
You're well versed with a lot of our staff. We've met. I fucks with you.
Right, right.
We tapped in
Mm-hmm.
with a lot of the work you do. We salute you too for sure. Just not just this panel, just saying in general, because like I do fucks with you and people like yourself in the culture. Like, yeah, I do a lot of work for like a specific like demographic of this culture that's like, yo, like you are putting in pain, and I feel like it goes unnoticed. And what we try to do a lot of times is make sure we peep y'all, cover the events, salute y'all, help tag the battlers, promote the battlers, or even just give you guys positive words. Because the same way, like somebody could be doing something and it's talked about because it's a big platform, big league, or big name, like doesn't mean that the people that may be a little more under the radar aren't putting up shots in the gym just as much as everybody else. And I try my best to keep sight of all that. And you know what's
No,
up.
I
You know how we
appreciate
rock.
that, friends. Yeah, no, I appreciate that, friends. I appreciate that. And right on J Smo and hey, Tata. Uh, All What up, though? I was in the right, building. for sure, I for know, I sure. know how it is at the league. So, Absolutely. we fuck with you. For sure, for sure. Good shit up there, Geechi. Good shit up there, Geechi, on the panel.
That's word up, man. That's
But
word
but
up.
but that's it.
Love, Doug. Love, big dog.
Course,
Love.
And before we get to Chaos Rise, we got one more battle rapper. I see it's up here. Sheet happens. Someone else that starting off 2025 good as hell, man. You know how I feel about you and Jay the Night, and I know that you
Trophies.
got things cooking. So, give us your perspective. Good, bad. Maybe it's just love. Maybe it's just hate. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But let us know, man. How you feeling?
First thing is, man, shout out to everybody on the panel, man. Excellent work. I will always give a slight edge to the battle rappers that's on the panel because I am a battle rapper as well. And just hearing a perspective from a battle rapper always brings an extra insight, to the panel and to the, it adds more prestige to the panel as well because Jay Black, half of the time, he doesn't know what he's talking about. So you guys are there to kind of like set the nigga
Bullshit,
straight,
nigga.
type shit like
Wait,
Bullshit.
that.
but isn't he a battler? I'm
Bullshit,
confused.
nigga.
No, he is no battler. He's no battler.
Oh, okay.
He got on the main stage and choked. Uh,
We had four battle rappers on the panel tonight. Geechi Gotti, EK,
Whoa.
Chilla Jones, and me.
Okay.
Appreciate y'all.
I have the floor. Respect my floor. Get on the sidelines. Next thing that I want to say is Maryland. Maryland is shout out to Tay Rock, taking champion of the year. Very well deserved, man. A guy who put in a lot of pain, sweat, and tears into this fucking sport, and is
I heard rumors of him possibly leaving. And, you know, if he do decide to roll, I'm glad he get to take that with him. You know what I'm saying? Type shit like that. I will. I do have to ask this as well. Did the value of a one rounder go up this year?
What does that
I,
mean,
I don't
Sheik?
feel like there was any
Wait,
variance to
what
it.
does that mean, Sheik?
Did the value of a one rounder go up? I'm just asking.
Can you break that down for us, brother?
Okay, like
Here go the Riddler.
okay, like one of the things that let's who's an example? Okay, Eunice. Let's say Eunice, right? Well, y'all mentioned the Holmesy battle. That was a one rounder, and how it was mentioned, it kind of seemed like it was, you know, over his head a little bit. You know, like man, and he lost to Holmesy in that one rounder. So it's like one of them type of things where I thought the one rounder just damn near just didn't even count, like type of shit. Like I don't
Why
remember hearing my
PS?
swamp me versus swamp.
Why PS?
You versus Swamp actually did get mentioned. It was one of the things that held Swamp at 3. I know I was able to give it
Oh, okay, okay.
some mention out there. I mean, we talk a
You
million
didn't see
battles
the
up there. I
mention
ain't mad
for
at
you? You ain't
nobody.
see the mention? We said you won that battle?
Nah, I didn't see that. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm
you
sorry.
only seen the Eunice clip.
Yeah,
My
yeah, yeah,
fault.
yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, I don't think all one rounders are built the
Oh,
same either. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
Respect to
he
Eunice.
only
I
seen
don't
the
remember
Eunice
get
clip.
anybody else getting this interrupted while they're talking. But
Wow.
but the
Yeah,
next
let she speak.
next thing I
No,
will
Black on bullshit, Tom. You know me,
next
man.
thing I will say is, man, this culture is such a microwave culture right now. I think Twitter has taken over the form of information. I will
Mm.
say this, that the viewership is low when it comes to a lot of these bloggers and people who are actually pushing the culture. I'm seeing certain numbers go down. I'm seeing certain numbers that used to do a whole lot, and then now people are just running to this microwave, which is Twitter, to get their information. I will say this, as a culture, we have to be more responsible to support the people that are supporting us. Between the money going down as far as to give these battle rappers these rewards. It shouldn't always just come out of pocket or be covered like this. So I will say that as a culture, we all need to chip in some more.
Up
We
with
want
who
to
won
keep
the
this
shit.
thing
Like,
breathing. We
you
want to
know, this
keep
all
this
this shit
shit
is
going
pre-recorded, so I
because all we
already
really
knew who
got
won
is
the
us. This is an underground league
shit.
that we're trying to make to the underground sport that we're trying to make mainstream under our eyes type of thing. So we have to pour into it as much as we do into the spaces or whatever we do. Twitter has taken over the form of viewership, and I think we need to spread out And the no shit viewership said some more.
Yeah,
Let's start
he's too
clicking on these
logical for
blogs.
me
Let's
for him
start
to have
feeding
post
back
some
our
shit like that.
people,
I ain't gonna lie. I did
and
not
maybe we'll get
understand
some
that
better
at all.
results. Maybe we won't get some of the prestige bloggers saying, you know what, this might be my last year. I just don't feel the love no more, and that starts to trickle down to other people. So it's responsible for all of us to try to do that.
No, of course, bro, and always appreciate that and agree with the message 100%. You know what I'm saying? So always appreciate you cheating. If you keep continuing like you did versus Jay the Nightwing, shit, we might be talking about you
Oh,
about a year from now. You know
y'all
what I'm
will be
saying?
talking
So,
about me. I'm about to kick this nigga XL ass.
oh, I like that. Yeah, I agree. Probably, truth be told,
Yeah, out of
but
here. He out of here. But I appreciate y'all. Shout out to everybody but Jay Black. I'm out.
That's
appreciate you,
crazy.
man. And Mr. Bills, I saw that you came up, but I agree. Chaos Rising was here a little bit earlier. Just want to let him speak his piece real quick. And Chaos Rising, I don't know what you about to say, man. You know your opinion's welcome. Sometimes you got some choice words on the TL, so talk to me real quick, man.
Nah,
Tell me how you
He be
feel,
real
man.
talking
chill.
crazy.
Call
He
me
be
out.
talking crazy.
Call me,
Yeah, hey, listen, I see everything, man. I know,
call
but
me out.
it
I
might
know
all
you
be in good
see.
sport.
Call me out, man. First off, salute to Rock. I'm about to get a cheeseburger, so real quick. Salute to Tay Rock, man. That motherfucker deserved this shit for real. But biggest of all, man, salute to Jay Black for starting this Cody shit, bro. Like, what we talking about? Like, this shit is huge for the culture. And if we can make that man not stop doing it and make it a little bit bigger, we can. We waste money on weird shit all the time, but I think the battlers should get
For
rewarded
yourself.
for being the best one all year. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But salute to battle rap. People always every fucking 3 months they say battle rap's dying, it's done, blah 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 blah. No, it's not. Battle rap is thriving, son, and we all about to be in Houston at the biggest event of the year. So yeah, man, let's chop it up, kick it, and yeah, we all gonna vibe. Salute to Rock, salute to the panel, salute to Jay.
And yeah, man, we good. Ain't nothing crazy being said. Small, leave me alone, man. We good.
Nah, you all good, man. You all good. It's just a little disagreements on the TL and shit like that. But enjoy your unless you got any more gripes, man. Enjoy your meal and appreciate the kind words too, bro. We just trying to do our part.
Yes, sir. My man. Salute.
Salute, salute.
Salute, man. And then Mr.
Mr.
Bills might
Bills?
be the last person I think that had their hand up, man. Talk to us, bro. How you feeling?
Hello, hello everyone. How you all doing?
What's going on with you, man?
You can hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, greeting everyone. How
You got
is
any thoughts on the panel, man?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got any thoughts on the panel, bro?
Can you hear me?
All
Yeah.
right, Smo, that's enough of that.
All right.
All right, Mr.
You good morning.
Bills.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Yeah, I ain't saying you got to go home. You just can't stay here. Um, but I don't know if we got.
We do got
Can you
Hayes the
hear
gift up here.
Yeah, hey, I don't know if anybody else
Yeah,
got
if it's
anything they want to
anybody else
add.
that's
It's a free
trying to get
space.
up here, you know what I'm saying? You know what I
And
mean?
three, and
Before we
three, I see you down there, man. I know that. I already know what you waiting for, man. We gonna chop it up soon, bro. A
before
lot of love for three over there, man. One of my favorites in here.
Oh, three letterman on
man.
the last panel, man.
Yeah, three letter man,
Try
jump
to
on
get
the.
him every
We
year.
need
We
three
try to get
letter
him every
man.
year.
We need, like he said, D out of Henny man. You know what I'm
Any Henny
saying?
man, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. It's a
It's
man.
fact.
fin-
Some
We gonna have
folks
to
on
kidnap
there.
you. It's gonna be taking three. That's how we gonna get him
Yeah.
on the
I'm
panel,
gonna
man.
get him.
God
What up with
damn.
you,
I'm gonna
Cola?
get
You trying to be Cola down there? You doing a lot of spaces? What you trying to do? Some of the A wards, you ain't gonna never win. You might as well get on there too, boy.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do
A
Hey,
ward
listen,
said
man.
who
Any other opinions?
Said
It's an
whoever
open
he
space.
battle end
What
up
up,
winning, so you
Ward?
might as well just go on and just concede
Yeah,
and
hold
let
up.
this
Yeah,
shit.
we got War in the building. Hold
Come
up.
through it.
All right, here we go.
Come
Yeah,
through
we
it.
got
Let's
War.
get it.
We got War in here.
Another
Look,
top
Ward
20
don't want to come up
finalist.
here and talk about how every time somebody battle him, they end up champion of the year.
Yo, every champion of the year since 2021 has battled and won, bro.
And had a
Ward
crazy
about to tell
battle
me
with him
how the
that
hell
year.
Twerk got up there, man. I don't know what's going on with you, though, bro. Talk to us. Congrats, by the way.
First off, I just want to make an announcement right now. Um,
Oh boy.
I will be removing my name from contention of Cody for 2025 as I will be forcefully joining the panel.
Oh,
Oh
Um,
shoot.
Forcefully.
I will be,
Let's go.
I will be flying. I will fly myself out, whatever city it is.
It's the only option, so we appreciate it.
It's lit.
Yeah.
It's lit.
I'm only doing this because Jay Black did not go forward with the deal that we had when I told
I
him the
tried.
Eagles could
I
win the Super
tried.
Bowl. I told him either I had to win or John the Don had to be 10 spots behind me, and I counted, and yeah, he was a little less than 10. So but yeah, I just want to say thank you. I want to say thank you. Appreciate you guys. I do think I think you guys go through this a lot. Um critique wise, there's gotta be a better way to get through those first maybe 5 to 7 people, in honorable mentions. Like, but I mean, I'm sure you guys are trying hard. But I don't know if it's something you can do off camera and then just get there and start at 15 or something like that. Because man, the thing's long. But that's neither here nor there, man. But no, I thought you guys did a really really good job. I think that you know most people like you said they're like I should have been one spot here. I should have been 2 spots here. There's not very many people that are like, yo, I'm like top 10 and I wasn't on the list. And so that's a testament to just like how difficult it is to compare somebody with 4 battles to somebody with 16. Um, and sitting people side by side and different things like that. But I thought you guys all did a really good job. Um, and shout out to Black, shout out to just everything you guys put together, man. I appreciate it. I think this is my I think I've been in it every year except the first one, right? So,
Might be your
I'm
fourth or
glad.
fifth top 10, too. You know what I'm saying? So when you really
Yeah.
crunch the numbers, man, you've been consistently a perennial top 10 guy in battle rap by the numbers last 4 or 5 years, man. It's not no easy feat, and that's legacy right there. So congrats to you once again.
Yeah, and it's dope to see guys like Eunice. I remember my first year, popping on the list and kind of having those same feelings like, yo, I'm considered up here with some of like the greatest, battle rappers of all time. You know what I mean? And it's dope to see like Eunice experiencing that. And like you guys said, it is. There have been people who have popped on for a year and then disappeared, or popped on, did this at a third or whatever. It's a difficult, um, it's a difficult path to position yourself every year with, with however many battles you're taking, and who you're battling, and not taking a few battles off or whatever. So I encourage him, and I think he's got the. I mean, I know Eunice, and he's got the talent, and I can also see the work ethic in him. Like he's going to be a mainstay on this list. So that's really
Mm.
dope. I also think that this year, as I join the panel, that we'll also implement the award, which the definition of the award that will be given out. Um, we'll get to the definition later on. I'll decide probably at the spur of the moment who I just want to give the random award to. So
Hey man, yeah, congrats to you. And any little gripes with the list? Because it sounds like you forcefully coming onto the panel. Like, god damn, you know what I'm saying? Is there something that made you a little bit upset? You're like, nah, I need to go fix this.
yeah, I actually think Twork is the only person I think that was in the wrong spot by about five or six spots. So.
Mm.
How about that, man? It's a lot of impact, though, man. Moment
Uh-oh.
maker, topping
And that's
material,
and that's and we
marking
can get into
award.
that, but that's the most egregious part of the criteria. So, but that goes back to you having to be part of the criteria, because to me, the popularity, and it completely pigeonholes and boxes in people that are not the popular battlers, who are not the main events, who are not considered the fan favorites, and it gives preferential treatment to those that are. And I've gotten preferential treatment from it before as well. So I'm not saying that this is one over the other, but I think
And
that
it
that's
ain't easy to be no main eventer. I mean, as a main eventer, I feel like you could maybe understand that a little bit. There's a reason these guys end up being the most popular, most booked main eventing. Like that, you can't hold it against them. But I understand that you can't use it to a point that they can never be knocked off the mountain.
no. What
What,
I'm saying
what,
is like,
what would you replace it with?
I don't think I would replace it with anything. I would think I would be more strategic than direct about how I discussed impact. You know what I mean? Um, in that, how did their performance or how did their material impact the full scope of their year, or impact battle rap as a whole, rather than hey, one of our favorite battlers is back to being himself again. You know what I mean? Um, So, I don't remember the gentleman that was talking earlier, but I remember exactly what he was talking about. That Smo said. Jay Smo said, and I texted France immediately when I heard it. He said, Jazz is always impactful. He said a comment like that, right? And
Something, yeah, something of
no,
that
no, 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 no.
variety.
I texted word for word to France.
I'm aware. I'm
So there's
aware.
no, yeah, yeah. So so when you like that and you're arguing beside people, you're not specifically talking about 2024. You're giving them but this is Jazz the rapper. You feel me?
No,
And
no,
so
I
I
get that.
think
And, you
that
know, that's something I didn't like used against Sue Surf in 2021. I think someone said
right,
he
he
bleeds
wakes up.
impact. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he breathed impact, right? So immediately it gives
I
preferential
think
treatment
I
to those
think
types
when
of
I
people.
think when somebody said that he wakes up with impact, they was using it against Sue Surf. It
Okay,
wasn't
okay.
towards
Well, I mean, I don't remember
like
that, but what I'm saying is, like, I think what happens is you take a category like impact, or you take a category like material, and ultimately you're only looking at the positive parts of that year, right? You wouldn't say Twork not showing up against T Top, or Twork not showing up against Wise, or Twork not showing up against Clone had a negative impact. You wouldn't take any negative against it. So ultimately, it doesn't hold accountability on the negative side. The same with material. If you argue Twerk material versus Awards material, you wouldn't say, well, what about Twerk material when he choked? Or what about the material he recycled? Or what about
I think
that?
we literally said that
No,
though.
you would go to consistency, right? You would go to consistency, but what happens is you automatically pick the positives in these categories, and they're weighted according to kind of a popularity type thing.
I think there's a minute pocket in the stream. I know it's a 4 hour stream, but there's a minute pocket where I said damn near exactly what you said to Smo. And I said we got to talk about him recycling. We got to talk about him choking in these specific battles.
And so that's my thing, is like, And I know I'm battling Twork, and I tweeted it. I was like, I think Twork's the greatest battle rapper in the world when he's on 100. You know what I mean? I really believe that. Um, but what I'm saying is, a guy who has, 10 battles, who has 3 of the battles against Swave, Sassy, and somebody else that we don't know, right? So has basically 7 battles we're addressing. Chokes or recycles in 3 of them, which is 42%. You know, but has 4 really really good battles, and you're rewarding that and putting it ahead of people who spent 15, 16, 17, 18 battles every time going and getting crazy, and you're rewarding that because of a popularity of impact and moments, you know what I mean, that come naturally to him if he decides he wants to rap. So the whole like let's get to the raps, the whole like theme of hey, we're here to talk about the raps. Why are we not talking about the raps that didn't happen? You know what I mean?
Mm.
So that's my thing. And I think, like I said, in Twork, you heard Twork when he got in. He don't care about none of this or whatever. I think Twork will tell you, I had a cool year. He knows he could have done so much better. And when he wants to turn it on, he'll turn it on. You know what I mean? But what happens is we get into this impact moments thing where somebody who is not benefiting a Eunice, it's hard for him to get moments because maybe right now he's opening cards. You know what I mean? So he's automatically behind the 8 ball. Whereas the top loaded heavy people, myself, I'm co-main eventing, I could probably rebuttal game crazy and hit Twork with one crazy rebuttal, and all of a sudden I have that opportunity. These other guys have to work 10, 15 battles in every battle to get to an opportunity to have a moment. And that's tough when it becomes one of the main parts of the criteria of how you view somebody, And so that's what I just think. I think that those things are important, but I think that when they're weighted on such, the popularity of it kind of falls into the but I mean it's jazz, and I know you don't mean it like that, but and it's hard to disassociate yourself from thinking like that because we're all fans of it. It's like, but it's Twork. Of course, if you put Twork's best moments every year against anybody, he's going to beat every person in those categories. But 42% of the time in his battles, he choked or did not say he recycled. And it's like, but it's Twork. So that's why I think that you kind of go back and look at it and ask yourself, like, is this really like a popularity thing? Because I feel like it always is, and I feel like I've benefited from it being a popularity thing because I'm one of the more popular guys.
No,
Twerk
I don't think
versus
you're
A Work
totally.
going down. TBL is about to be a magnificent battle. I
Yeah,
can't
man.
wait.
We gotta. I'm gonna respond real quick, and then obviously Keo's back. You know what I'm
Damn.
saying? And I want to hear what he's got to say. But well, I also want to say I do agree with. There's category monsters. That's what I call them when I talk to France, Black, Lang, and we're discussing the panel, just calling, chopping it up. You got your category monsters. You know what I'm saying? That win impact, that win moments. There's certain things that's hard for them to lose. And I agree. When a guy loses 3 battles, which I said many times at the panel, was kind of just like outvoted on, like, yo, he's got these losses, he's got these losses. But I also compared it, an analogy I'll make right now is playoff games to regular season games. So when he's losing to Wise, I wouldn't say Clone is quite the same. But a T-top battle will count as a playoff game. The difference between importance in those. Some guys are going to shoot bad, but he also has the ability to possibly have performance of the night on the 2 biggest events of the year between Mass 6 and Power Moves. At the same time, yeah, his biggest moments are always going to be the biggest, but not everybody's winning performance of the year and body bag of the year off of the reigning champion of the year. Not everybody can just whoop past like that 3-0 and take over the weekend. So while I do agree, you got your category monsters that there is some guys that it's like they can't lose no matter what they do, and they might end up a couple spots higher because they're already inherently a bit more popular. If they're still putting up award-winning performances, it's hard to fully say they don't deserve it either. But we're also
Do you mind
talking
if
the
do you mind
difference
if I
between
speak? Do you
Twork
mind if I
and
just take about another minute on that real quick?
Yeah,
yeah,
for
yeah, yeah.
sure.
Um,
Talk to me.
So
He's a battler, man.
so when you say playoff game and regular season games, right? Like you're not holding battlers accountable. You're immediately saying a battle on such and such as league doesn't count as much. And this is when I first came in and everybody was like, Ward, it's not on URL. And I'm like, yo, you guys, you're putting like battles like, oh, you're allowed to mess up in that battle. You don't have to take that battle serious. You know what I mean? Like, oh, hey, he can go in here and he can battle the week before and get smoked or whatever. But as long as he takes care of business against A Ward on this event, we're good. So you're rewarding and not holding battlers accountable if you're even saying playoff game versus,
Well, truth
whatever
be
game.
told, I had Twerk at 12 on my personal list, which it sounds like around where you had him. But I'd also say, the gravity that a wise battle can affect the culture compared to a matchup with big hey on power moves, it's just different. You know what I'm saying? It just is. There's
Of
one that
course.
is more
Of
important
course.
to the game. Like
And just showing up though, like it doesn't take effort to show up with 3 rounds. You know what I mean?
that's true. That's true
And
too. That's true too.
so rewarding someone who has done that on like I said, we're not talking about 1 out of 10 battles, 2 out of 15 battles. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, no,
like
I
I said,
completely understand
I
that.
don't
We
need.
talk about a
I'm not.
third or
I'm
a
just
full
saying.
or
I'm just
almost
talking about
half.
this from because he happens to be the person. Like I do not need to give him no more ammo to hate me as I'm talking about him not being in the right spot, right? Because he's gonna go crazy. We all know that.
Right.
But I'm just saying, holding battle rappers accountable because he literally pissed away the first 6 months of his year and said, "Okay, I can go take 3 battles and get crazy." And look and position myself right here. You know what I mean? Because I'm New Jersey Twerk.
But see,
That has to
Ward,
do with me.
the thing about that is though, he not champion of the year. And even if you get this preferential treatment or this popularity that you speaking on that you've benefited from, it also has not won you champion of the year because there are other criteria that's gonna check that bullshit that you speaking on right now. You feel me?
Well, I'm not
So
speaking
like
on bullshit at
no,
all.
no,
So
no, no, no. I'm
that's
saying when
absolutely
they
not. So
when a battle
yeah.
rapper goes in there and they're not prepared. That's what I'm speaking on.
Well,
So when they go in
but
there
not
and they do those
necessarily.
things,
So
consistency
not
is part of
Wait,
the
what? Can
not
I address
criteria.
that?
necessarily because
Consistency is
I
a
think
part of the criteria. So you're not gonna get no
right.
points if it's matched up to somebody like you. If it's somebody that goes in, they not prepared, they feel like, oh, this is a
But he did. I
small
mean, he got
league.
points over me. He got put ahead of me. And if for some reason we would have been in a
I
situation
don't think he could
where we
have
were
beat you
closer
on
to the front.
consistency, and I don't think that he did.
Oh no, nobody's not hardly anybody's ever going to beat me on
That's
consistency.
what
So I'm
saying.
whatever just Mo just said on what do you call them monster category monsters, but consistency is something I control showing up every battle. Impact and moments is something that is awarded to you because of who you are and you take advantage of it, and other people don't have the opportunity to do that. That's what I'm saying. So I'm just speaking to the categories and saying like it can be popularity driven because these guys are who they are, therefore they get the opportunity to do that. And I think that holding them accountable to some of those other battles is the most important thing. Like, yo, this is not going to slide if you think you can go in here, do this, that, and a third, and still be placed up here with the people who spend 17, 18 battles showing up every time, Like, you think I didn't want to just drive to South Carolina and not rap against some of these guys or whatever? Like that would have been nice. Maybe I'd have been more prepared for Av if I just didn't use some of these bars against a couple other guys, right? But no, I try to take every battle and approach it the same way.
Yeah, I
Respect
think
to
that.
that.
I think
Respect to
when it
that.
come
I
to,
ain't nothing but respect to that. But I
I
know
think
I
when it
know
come to
somebody like
impact though,
Eunice that came out the spaces has impact. And he has been able to create that and have opportunities for that on small leagues, on bigger leagues. So it can be done. You don't have to be the most popular person or known person. It's just about what you do with the opportunities that are given to you as well.
yeah, and I think when it come to impact, you know what I'm saying. For some people, it come off subjective, and it's like, oh man, and I hear exactly what you're saying. Like it could be a popularity thing as far as on the panel, right? But it's also, if you think about it, that's like kind of like something that the fans like push you to be having that impact. Because the same way, like we talk about, like Big K versus Twerk or Paz versus Twerk on those big events right there, and him being performance of the night and body of the night, those is like things that the whole culture and one is an agreement on. You know what I'm saying? The fans, the battlers, everybody, which is making it that much more impactful than a loss, like you said, to maybe a wise, to where it's like, I mean, he did lose that battle. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it might be a little bit of negative impact, but the fans ain't as into it as they are when they seeing him on 10. So that's just showing you the level of impact that it's got. Like, nah, when he's on 10, everybody's watching, the culture stops, everybody's paying attention. He's the best. He's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's kind of on the
Yeah.
battlers and they self to kind of get the fans behind him. He had 4 votes to be the champion. Like
Yeah,
not to
and
be second or third. You know what I'm
I
saying?
definitely agree with you, bro. I feel like it's like the Lakers, right? So it's like
Yeah.
when the Lakers are being the Lakers, everybody loves it. They're on TV. We want, like you might hate the Lakers, but or the Celtics when when these prestigious traditional powerhouses of what we see are doing well, everything's right in the world. But we not being honest, like, yo, the record's 4-3. You know what I mean? Like they got Luca, but they 4-3. You know what I mean? Ah, but they beat the Celtics. Oh yeah, but they just lost to the Jazz. You know what I mean? So like I look at it like that. Like, yo, your potential and who you come in with, you have the responsibility and the privilege of being a superstar. And Geechi, you know this too. And Geechi, you one of the most consistent ever as well. You know what I mean? Like you have the responsibility and the privilege of being a superstar. And showing guys like Eunice, you know what I mean? That hey, when you get up here and all of a sudden you getting booked because of your name, like man, show up. You know what I mean? Like show up. So, and that's what I'm just saying is like, I think that whole idea of like I'm still a superstar, so I can get myself out of this if I don't want to take it serious, is kind of like something I personally am like I would never get to that point. You know what I mean?
But
That's
both
why this
things of what
battle
y'all
gonna be
saying.
amazing.
Yeah,
I can't wait to
both
see it. I want to hear the conversation. You hear me? You know what I'm
both
saying?
things of what y'all saying that Tati and A Water saying are right. You know what I'm saying? Two things can be right. It's just all about the individual. And pretty much I think what's crazy is people will probably look at this champion as probably the less of all the other champions, but I think this is probably the most important of the champions because the panel I've seen was like 100% honesty and genuine talk. Like it wasn't really nothing scathing or bias or anything. I've like the point was made very valid. The information was there for them to talk about what they needed to talk about. I think Geechee made a definitely a important decision. I think Jay Smo was just like he stuck his chest out, man, and went with the criteria because that's what it was supposed to be all about first and foremost, instead of his own personal choice on what he feels. Because a lot of people are forgetting it's not about your own personal choice. That's why the fans be so upset. Oh, nah, this person should have won. This person should have won. No, it's about the criteria that's in front of you. It's about the rules and the regulations of what Cody is about
Yeah.
and shit like
But
that. And the crazy thing is, once that envelope opened, if Jay Schmo would have just stuck to the first decision he made, that envelope was open, we'll be talking about a tie. And what the hell, what you gonna do about this tie right about now?
thanks, thanks. Well, I'm about to go, but I just want to say one. I think y'all got it right. Like I think regardless of who you picked, Av or Rock, like that, like it doesn't matter. Y'all, like it's right. You know what I mean? Like I don't think that anybody got robbed or anything like that. I think like the top 20 list is intact. Outside of arguing a couple spots or whatever like that, it's a very very difficult job to do. So shout out to y'all, because I mean you're just putting yourself in a position to just be hated or disagreed with, and not only that, just roasted
Facts.
tremendously in the chat for like 5 hours. You know what I mean? And so,
Boy, they was
uh,
getting after me.
yes,
Well, yeah,
yes,
in fairness, I feel like that's like we get a moment to see like this is what it's like when you guys get on stage, like after a day or two, like especially if you don't have a performance that was favorable to you, like your mentions is blown up, your Instagram is blown up, like there's blogs and everybody's talking about you for the next couple days. Like this is like a moment for us to feel that heat as well. So
yeah,
like,
yeah. And I don't think anybody
And
should really be disrespectful to any of y'all. Like, you know what I mean? Like in regards to
yeah,
any of
it
that,
better not
because
be.
yeah, like, and I know, I mean, I've been on the good side of Cody and the bad side of Cody, and I've been like, yo, y'all are trash, y'all push me, da 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 da. But like I told Francis a million times, like.
Especially when you got haters on the
Well,
panel. So
well,
I know what you
as a
know,
battle
brother.
rapper, your performances are your child, and anytime somebody tells you your
yeah,
child is not what it is, it's like that's my child. What you mean? Don't talk about my child like that. And I know you guys have your takes and your Yeah, opinions because you study and watch it, so you too feel like, yo, how are you coming at
Don't talk
me?
about Bronny
You know
like
what I
that.
mean? Yeah. And so
but
it's a
that's
it's a
why. But the
it's a
passion
slippery
you
slope.
speaking, the passion you speaking right now is the passion though that I want to see from all the battlers this year. Like even if you is
Yep.
serious about joining the panel, that's dope. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that'll
I'm with
be
it.
dope to hear your perspective. I'll be dope to see your
Wait,
perspective
now
on it.
I'm gonna let y'all know
You know what I'm
April
saying?
14th. If I get this
Yeah.
30, shoot, I'm back in. I'm back
Yeah,
in
you
Cody's
back in,
play. You
right?
heard
Yeah,
me?
exactly. Yeah,
Wait.
yeah. But I'm saying as far as like that passion is the passion I think all the battlers should be having all through the year trying to win it, trying to go for it, not downplaying it. You know what I'm saying? You hear so many people all throughout the year like, yeah, man, I don't really care about that shit, man. That shit rigged. Oh man, that shit don't matter. Place me anywhere. Who gives a fuck? I don't want to be top 20. I don't want to. And then motherfucker put their ass at number 17 and they crying. Nigga put them at 9, they crying. You know what I'm saying? It's like it ain't no winning for them. It's like now have that passion that we got after the results is out, and you see that the whole culture is watching and looking. And then it's not only on the fans, like we said earlier, the battlers when it come to sharing the GoFundMe links when it comes to sharing that champion is having a GoFundMe and having all these different things so they can get their fans to vote, to get people engaged in it, to get more eyes on it, to get more fire behind it. I think that shit gonna make it what it's supposed to be, especially this being the last year. I feel like it should be some type of different way. I love to put my input in it with Jay Black when the time is right on how I feel things should go on this being his last year, make it big, make it crazy. But definitely, man, I just feel like, it was dope to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it got it right as well. Like you said, it could have been either one of them two. I mean, it was some arguments for Swamps, Trez. You know what I'm saying? Even Sharon, I heard a few arguments from people. For the most part, everybody kind of felt like it was Av and Tay Rock's belt to win or lose. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? I feel like the panel got that part right. I want to also say for the ladies, people that have been arguing for the ladies, where the ladies rank on champion got nothing to do with where they rank on Wody. You know what I'm saying? Like they got their own criteria, got their own list of people that picks the ladies. So you could be the top lady on Cody and be the last place lady on Wody. You could be the second place lady on Cody and be the fifth place lady on Wody. You know what I'm saying? Like official was the last out of the women on this one, and she could be she could be Wody. You don't know how I don't know how it's gonna go. I'm not on that panel, but I know it's not the same as the Cody list. You know what I'm saying? So for people that's talking about that, you got to know these are two totally different things. You know what I'm saying? Two totally different things. You know what I mean? On how they break it down. You know what I mean?
It's mostly just this. The same logic applies. Like where if you feel like in the Cody room there'll be different people, there'll be a different outcome. It's the exact same with the Wody panel. There's different people in the room, so it's going to be a different outcome. So like, I don't understand when people say all that all the time either. It's like, oh, why they had it this way, this and the other, they had to have it the other way. It's like, yo, like, do you feel like this would be different if somebody was different in the room? Yes. Well, there's your answer. It's plain and simple.
100%, man. I know that we might be winding down towards the end here, but any opinions are still welcome. Keo, I see that you're still in here, man. Talk to me, bro.
Let's spin back.
No, I just wanted to hear A Ward, salute to A Ward, salute to Mama Ward. She be in the YouTube streets with us, moderating the
Dope,
comments
though,
in
man.
the chat.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, but yeah, but that was me earlier, and Jay Small again. You know, I had to look it up. I had to go to the
Round
footage,
two.
and definitely
You know,
it was Geechi who said literally. So hustle for strength of schedule, and y'all said yes. I'm looking at it right now, literally on my
But
laptop,
if
but
you
the
put
audio
Hustle,
man
if you
low.
put Miss Hustle's schedule up there, she might got strength of schedule. She battled myself. She battled Fawn. She battled Swamp. You dig what I'm saying? Those is all people that's in. I took myself off the list. I was in the top 20. You know what I'm saying? So she battled three dudes that's in the top 20, and two of them dudes was in the top 10 for Cody. That's a strength of schedule right there. She beat Chess. You feel what I'm saying? Like what would make
No,
her
no,
strength?
I'm
So
just
she
pointing
had a
out that it was. I was
Nah,
just pointing out that
he
she didn't
corrected.
win.
He wanted to say earlier that it was verbally said, and
that it
I
was
disagree
coffee.
that it might have been, but
Oh.
you know what I'm saying. If you saying that's right, that's right. I still got a different here on the paper, but that's hey, listen, man, that's on me to communicate
Yeah,
that better. So you
Yeah,
got
but
me
that's
there,
what I'm
bro.
yeah,
saying. You
it's
see,
all
but that's
good.
still like pulling
It's all
teeth right
good.
there.
It's
Like
all
it could
good.
have been either one. They both had a good schedule. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
And
if you put
and
their schedules next
specifically,
to each other, Coffee and Miss Hustle both had a crazy year as far as like strength of schedule goes. That's why I said the
now they did,
placement for
but
for
coffee
Coffee,
was wild.
Jazz, Miss Hustle, all them, they all
Coffee
had
was.
a crazy year. So placing them was gonna be tough no matter what because they all did dope. You know what I'm saying? They all went crazy. But then, like you said, when I asked you earlier, did you have them in front of the only person you said out of all the names that was in front of them, the only one you said you would have argued was John John. You know what I'm saying? So they really landed where they was gonna land.
Well, yeah, nah. I mean, like I said, I ain't had a list in front of me at the time, but now I'm looking at the list. But I mean, I just wanted to point that out while because A War had brought it up. I wasn't trying to be like, what I mean, I
No,
wanted
no,
to
no.
make sure that was
You
clear.
all good. We were just talking about that
Yeah,
earlier. So
yeah,
that's the town for it, man.
and then the consistency of just again, it will kind of articulated what I was saying a little better. But it's just like the idea, and I guess it's subconscious or maybe it's just what we do. But even when to get the spotlight off you, even when Lang was like, and that's why it might have been Chiller who said it, but he was like, and that's why Twork is in the spot he at because he had body of the year, and it's like, damn, just I mean, it's dope to have body of the year, but I mean We talking about the whole year. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not here to argue about Twerks, but I'm just saying it just gotta it just and I guarantee you, if you look at people that's complaining, it's just looking for the consistency or the. It's like the people were kind of dismissed that didn't make the as hot. Like I see a lot of people saying Snake, right? And I get it. Snake may not make y'all the top 20, but it wasn't no real breakdown of why he didn't make the 20. It was just like, yeah, nah, not this year, not good enough. It's like, damn, oh yeah, like Clone had a. You could definitely argue had a better year than Clone, or like it just wasn't enough breakdown. I
Shit,
know y'all
Cologne
had to
ain't
go
made
through a
the
lot of
list, so what's
names.
that say?
No, I know. But I'm just saying that like it just was a little dismissive. And I know like even if you look at Coffee, that's what she's saying. Like, damn, like she it just was I know y'all can only do so much in so much time, and this was the fastest Cody I remember.
Yeah, we trying to
So
make it
I
watchable. You know
respect
what I'm
it.
saying?
Yeah, it was definitely was. This seemed like the most exciting one because as crazy as we talking about all these other things, it really was coming down to Av and Rock, and it seemed like most people is cool with y'all picking Rock, and I actually had Av, but I'm not mad at Rock if that makes sense. Like
Shit,
I'm not mad at
I
it. I'm
had
not
Av too for a second, so I know
yeah,
I know
yeah.
how it is on both sides, man. But
But the going forward and again like I like I said I like your breakdowns. I'll be watching your breakdowns and then most times I'm agreeing with your breakdowns. You one of the people that actually watch the battles
yeah.
as opposed to people that just be
And
giving like a few
I'll have
sentences
a video
recap.
for the list tomorrow too. You know, anybody that's still in here, you can go to J Smo Reviews, my YouTube, just like my Twitter, and I'll get my full thought process. Anything that we did talk about in here, there's a couple the biggest snubs. You know what I'm saying? The biggest things that I held heavy in my thought process, and obviously, I'll be breaking down again because I know everybody Dav and Rock shit the Av, and that's what people remember. There's people still mad at me because of how I had it the first time. So I'm gonna have that all up, talk about it. And I'll talk about the Snake Eye shit too. You know what I'm saying? Give a
For sure,
detailed
for sure,
breakdown.
for
So
sure.
no,
Salute
man,
to
but
y'all.
appreciate you.
Salute to everybody up here. Francis, salute to y'all. You got the newsletter coming out. If y'all don't know, keep getting tuned. Get that no studio and merch
Yeah, I appreciate
and
that,
check out
man.
Jason Mobile Reviews.
Word,
Ta-ta.
word up.
Later.
Love, love.
All
Appreciate you,
right,
man.
Kia.
With that being said, France, I think we might have covered all the ground tonight, man.
I think so, man. Send all your hate mail or love mail to at LTBR on Twitter. I will read it, or maybe I won't. Let's talk about rap.com at gmail.com. Let's talk about rap.com, the website. Watch out for the newsletter. Congratulations, Jay Smo. Geechi, you a basketball fan, so you're gonna understand this analogy. I feel like I'm like the 2014 Spurs where like Duncan's like 37. He's like 36, 37. You know, man who's like on his way out. But we got Kawhi Leonard, right? We got Kawhi Leonard about to be Defensive Player of the Year, Final MVP. That's Smo right now for
Yeah, that's a
LTBR. Like
fact.
that's our Kawhi Leonard. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, France, you know I appreciate the hell out of you, man. Yeah, we talk every day, but you know that
I don't
I
know
can
if
never
I like
measure up.
Kawhi for
Can never
Smo.
measure
I'm
up verbally.
sorry.
You know what I'm saying? All the guidance you give me and shit like that. And on top of that, I just want to thank everybody that tuned into the panel. You know what I'm saying? A lot of work that goes into that. And it's really just us doing it all for the muscle, man. It's not like we get any like super glamour out of it besides the fact that we love the game, everything like that. Like I said, I'm gonna have three. You know, we gonna talk soon. Probably gonna talk about it. I'll have a video out on my channel tomorrow talking about my thought process, giving you all my own personal list as well, because I feel like we usually don't talk about the 20 we had beforehand. So I'll give you a little peek into like how that comes together and the switches between that and the list. And for everybody that don't like me, there's a couple people who is he? How is he going to get up there? Y'all gonna have to hate harder because you're going to see me a year from now. And for those that's bitter and is trying to turn something against the panel, you know what I'm saying? Probably because they don't get invited or no more, nothing like that. You won't have to hate harder too. So go record a space or something, man. Make yourself useful. But until then, we gonna be doing the real work to put the
Confidence,
culture
Fluff.
forward. So you know how it go, man. But much love before anything, and yeah, appreciate everybody.
Tata, you say he's not Kawhi. He's still our number one option. He lead
I
our
mean, that's great. Yeah, that's great. I don't know. We gonna find another analogy. I just don't.
Double
no,
try harder, champ.
he definitely lead the team in scoring. Hello?
We're gonna find somebody else.
He leading in field goal attempts. Hello? I'm sorry. Give me 10 minutes off the bench.
And this off the
Respectfully.
bench is crazy.
I'm gone too, man. I appreciate everybody pulling up, man. You know what I'm
Appreciate you,
saying? Yeah, man.
Geechi.
Yeah,
Being
love,
the
Geesh.
building, man. You know what I'm
Salute, champ.
saying? I got y'all, man. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. 2025, let's make champion great again. Let's get it. You know what I'm doing? Somebody go win that belt, man. That deserve it again. Let's go hard for it. Fans, put some votes in. Battlers, you know what I mean? push the link, the GoFundMe link to make sure that it's where it's supposed to be. Let's try to make it dope, man. Let's try to make it dope this year, man, for Jay Black stepping down. You know what I'm saying? He deserved to go out, you know what I'm saying, with a bang. You know what I mean?
Hell
Let's
yeah,
get
let's
it.
do that.
Let's do
All
it.
right, y'all. Everybody enjoy the rest of your night. I'm sure Cody Talks will still be up in the morning. We're gonna be around all week.
Shout
It's 4 in the morning, I'm thinking about money. I need it, I want it, I can't even sleep. Could be gone any moment, know the cops looking for me. I'm not stopping or slowing,